All right.
Hey, what's up? I'm Troy. I made this thing you're watching. You wanna talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, that sounds good.
You wanna?
I'd love to talk about this a little bit.
Who are you?
I'm Tim. I'm in this a little.
Who are you? Who you playing?
I'm playing Tim.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm Troy, and I don't play Troy.
And I'm Joseph. I helped make this thing too.
Yay!
I was actually the one that turned on that alarm clock just now that I think just played. I don't know. We're listening to this.
Well,
We're
why'd you
not
do it
actually
silently?
listening to this.
Yeah.
This
Just
is
purely
all
going on
muted.
guesswork right now.
But first, we'd definitely like to thank you guys for actually buying the DVD.
We hope you did.
Unless you pirated it, in which case, shame on you.
I'm pretty sure
But
we made this joke in the last DVD.
Tell your
but
friends
whatever.
at least.
Tell
Yeah,
your friends
that's
to
all
buy
right.
it too.
Without your continued support, none of this is possible.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So let's get this ball going. Hopefully, we'll be a little bit more
Informative than last
coherent
time.
and
Yeah.
At least for the
informative.
first few entries.
We'll
There-
see.
Okay, first fun fact: it wasn't actually daytime when we shot this. It looks like it though.
This actually
Movie magic.
I think it took us like an hour and a half to decide how to do this shot, and then finally we were just like, stick a lamp.
Yeah, we're
behind
just
it.
like let's just take this lamp on the desk and put it behind the curtains. It's like magic. This was actually like what 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I was really happy with this though because all of the hotel stuff was shot in a matter of like a day and a half or so.
It was like I
it was
wouldn't even.
it was one day, and then Troy stayed, and the next morning got the stuff we didn't finish with Jessica.
Yeah, Robo J with his flashing red light. Oh God, I'm a robot.
Receiving a new message.
It was by far the most organized we have ever been in all of this.
And then were we ever this organized again in season 2?
There were.
There were flashes of brilliance.
We'll get to that. Probably the next time we had Jessica.
Oh yeah, but I mean yeah, that was.
But
a,
I'm
that was
Noticing
a
a
while
trend
later.
where she involves being.
Slightly more professional.
Maybe we should just have her, like, even if she's not in it, just have her sort of sitting there watching.
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of not wanting to waste someone's time that isn't like a close friend of yours. Like,
Yeah.
Someone who's actually, like, a semi-professional at what they do.
Yeah.
Man, when we got Jessica, she had like a full resume and stuff.
She gave us a headshot.
We were like, whoa.
But I mean, we'll talk about that later when we actually see her. I really like this shot right here.
It's so
Why,
pretty.
want to tell
kind
them
of-
why you did it? There actually was some thought behind it, right?
Really?
Well,
I don't remember.
wasn't it? Okay, never mind. I thought you had told me that you liked opening with this because it was kind of like how season.
Oh
one-
yeah. Oh well, yeah. It's like bookending it. We like start and end. Spoiler: this season, like the first season, starts and ends with driving footage like this,
Yep.
and season 3 will probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's speaking completely blindly. I don't know. We haven't actually started season
Just
3 yet. Shooting
speak
it
it on the
anyway.
fly.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to be hard to stick a driving shot at the
Yeah.
beginning and end.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's the bombshell.
yeah.
As
This
we
is what
as
we
we
call.
in the biz.
This is what we call the plot device.
Oh man, I really like this shot right here because you can see my little bitty shadow down there on the fence. It's so cute.
Fun fact: that bridge actually wobbles as cars pass.
Also, I'm terrified of heights. I can't. Ugh, why did I do
So,
that?
do you know where this is in real life? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's at the spillway.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about.
It's like-
what, 5 minutes. From
5 minutes from where
our
we
old
lived at the
apartment?
time. Yeah,
I've never actually been there in the daytime.
it's really cool. You should go there.
Just to
It's-
hang out for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool place to like just be at for about an hour because it's really pretty.
Just be at with a camera on.
Yeah, people thought that hair on my chair on the left was something. It was weird.
Probably is.
Everything is important.
Yep.
We have an entire season to possibly revisit that hair.
As Jay so acutely notices, you may have noticed that we got a new camera for this season.
Yep. It's a it's really sweet camera. We'll call it the chest camera.
The chest camera.
I don't know if we can say the actual brand name, although plenty of people have figured it out.
Yeah, I don't think it would particularly matter, but better safe than
We
sorry.
were incredibly excited to have this camera. Hence why like this entire entry is shot with it.
It's so neat.
It's so
but it
like
captures so much more than you actually think it does originally.
yeah. There's no LCD screen on the back, so you just kind of have to turn it on and hope you're pointing it in the right direction.
Also, if someone is standing next to you, probably in the shot.
Yeah, we found that out in a later entry that like I I was trying to hide so I could do one of the effects, but you could just see me like standing against the wall. I'll point that out later. Oh, hey Jessica, what's up?
That was totally. People didn't notice that.
I
was
know.
so happy.
I was really excited when this first posted. People were just like, "Hey, who was that girl that like walked by Jay when he was walking back to his room?" And they were like, "It was probably just someone at the hotel." And
I
was
think
like,
I think people
We've
are
got a
even
little
like.
secret.
I think people even were like, "Wow, I'm glad they actually showed like another person. It actually
yeah.
feels like it's an alive world." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Ha, we planted them. We
This was-
actually live.
Joke's on you. Everything's contrived.
We live in a ghost town."
This was shot by myself, I think. Yeah, this wasn't actually in the.
This will be
At
the
night.
next morning, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm pretty sure
halfway.
the lamp was still behind the curtain though.
Let's see. I don't see a cord, but that doesn't really mean anything
Yeah.
because we're masters at hiding things.
Oh yeah, totally.
He's just gonna lay low and use the internet on a computer for a few days.
Yeah, basically any shot that involves like something suddenly happening and there is a bed in the shot, I'm probably crawling around the
Crawling
edge of the
under it.
bed because I was the one that made the noise and I had to get away before you stepped on
You
me.
had to scutter away like a little cockroach.
We are so good at this.
Yeah.
Not-
Man, that is one entry out of the way.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
welcome to entry number 28.
I feel like we've told all of our stories already.
Oh, I gotta keep it going strong.
This was also shot on the exact same day. Before I left the hotel, actually. This is really just footage of me checking to make sure I didn't put anything important in the
Didn't our
drawers
other-
before I left.
Didn't our other room, because we had to get 2 rooms for
Yeah.
this, didn't Ellis, our roommate at the time, stay
Yeah,
down
yeah.
too?
What happened?
Just because he felt like it.
Yeah. What happened was since we had later entries, we have to show Jessie or Jessica in her actual room, like and they were connected rooms, so they had to be like Jay and Jessica had to talk, so you had to see into her room. We had to rent. Is that what you do with hotel rooms? buy 2 hotel rooms next to each other, and since they were both bought. I just asked my roommate later because I always sleep in the hotels after we shoot in them because
You paid for it,
because I
why
paid
not,
for
I
it.
guess.
Why
Don't
not?
waste that money.
I'm one of the few people that really like hotels and drugs,
Peoples that likes the hotels.
The people.
and so like I was just talking to Ellis after I dropped Joseph off after shooting this, and I was like, "Hey, you want to sleep in a hotel with me?" Oh no, it's like in another room. It's
Yeah.
Pick up some ibuprofen on the way.
They didn't tell me either. So like I'm leaving. I'm like, are you guys? I'm like, no, we're gonna stay here. I'm like, "Nope." All right, just
Yeah.
you guys with the video camera.
Just
All right.
staying here to study.
plot device, the key. We just kind of did we have the reasoning behind
Key!
the key? I've never noticed that it was on
Tone
all
it down,
caps.
Tim. You're
Sorry.
gonna blow out the mic.
I'm ruining
Jesus.
everything again.
Stop being happy.
You go sit on over there.
Oh, okay. Here is the joke. Here's setting up for the joke.
Don't
That-
tell them the joke yet.
No, I'm not going to tell you the joke. I'm just saying, pay attention. Here's the joke. I
1,
will-
2, 3.
Pay attention, you
4.
idiots. This is important.
Here's the setup for the joke. The punchline comes like 20 entries later.
How many months?
Once you've already gotten bored and turned this off, just be like, I'd rather watch this without these idiots talking.
I'm literally watching a person try to open a safe here.
Wow, the guy who did it makes fun of himself.
Yeah. Well, I'm allowed to do that. Do you have anything to drink? I'm thirsty
I've been drinking out of this
now.
directly.
You've been drinking out of a
There's
2-liter.
beer and Snapple. I got 1 bottle of Snapple tea.
I was hoping to avoid having any alcohol here after last year, but Tim just shows up to our house with 6-pack of booze.
I know
It's just a
how
six-pack, so whatever.
I know
Six
how
pack of
these
giant
things are
cans.
supposed to work.
You saw what happened last time, though.
What movie
Hey,
magic?
Jessica.
Oh hey.
Commentary on magic. This is kind of awkward to shoot because, like, there were actually people coming out of their rooms while we were shooting this.
I think there was a cleaning lady like down
Yeah.
the hall the other way.
No, I think that's the next entry when I'm walking
Oh,
back to
okay.
my room with like all those groceries.
Should we tell them about the process of getting Jesse?
Yeah, this is Jessie and or Jessica May. That's her actual name.
Actually, not on purpose.
Yeah, we named her Jessica before Jessica auditioned to be Jessica, and it was just a weird coincidence that that was her name, and it kind of played along with everyone having their same name
Yeah.
as their character name, well, except for me and Joseph.
Yeah.
for
We
whatever
had-
reason.
Because you guys are too cool.
It was
Yep.
the first time we've actually had auditions. It
Yeah.
was crazy. Normally we just borrow friends, but we don't have many friends, so we had to get
Yeah,
more people
Jesse
from
has
outside.
been the only person in Marble Hornets history, maybe for the entire thing, who knows, that actually had to audition for her part.
And how many people actually showed up to audition?
We're not going to talk about that. we had we had a few problems with finding a location for the audition room because we just kind of assumed we could get a place on my school's campus, just like an empty room because they were always empty and open, and so we just wrote it on the flyer like, "Hey, come to this room for auditions."
Just hotel
then,
bathroom?
but then no, like actually in the student
Okay.
center, and so we wrote it on the flyer, like the room before we even knew if we had it or not. So like.
Did we
would-
actually get confirmation that we would have the room?
No, we never got confirmation
I
that
had
we
to-
did it.
yeah,
because we got there and we were like,
It was
shit,
locked.
it's locked, and like,
And I just
like,
had to-
are we gonna have to have these auditions outside this room?
Luckily, it was so awkward. I just went down there because I'm not even a student of the university. I'm like, hey, can we get someone to unlock room like 2
It was
whatever?
like 80 something.
It-
Yeah,
Not that it matters.
Yeah, who cares?
And they're just like, yeah, okay.
Well, I asked him at first. I was like, "Hey," because I submitted like a little form or whatever saying,
They don't
Can
pay
we-
attention to those.
"Well, they read it, but they didn't tell me that they rejected it." So
Did they actually reject it?
Yeah, they rejected it because it didn't have anything to do with the like the school because it wasn't sponsored by the school. But Joseph went down there and awkwardly asked her.
Oh, this.
Should
this
have
one.
just been like, don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
Pause the story because I like this.
Oh man, let's.
I
This
don't-
was the of season 2. This was the first miserable shoot.
Yeah, it wasn't one we were actually planning on doing originally.
Yeah,
But circumstances dictated that we needed something.
because otherwise we were gonna have like 6 straight entries of talking in the hotel.
But I'm so happy with how this turned out.
It turned out really well, but it was also like 8 in the morning, and
It was freezing cold.
It was
and
raining. Yeah,
Oh,
Welcome to Alabama weather.
this was like
we
man,
left that bloody T-shirt. I did air quotes if you guys couldn't see that. That bloody T-shirt in the whatever you would call that.
the drainage tunnel, whatever, and it's
Thing.
still there.
Yeah, it is still there to this day.
The last time that Tim and I were there, I found it.
So
Hey, Jessica.
yeah, scavenger hunt for anybody who happens to live here,
Yeah, go.
Or-
if you want to find,
or
a
if you
gross-
live just anywhere and you just feel like making a trip down to some random place in Alabama. There you go. There's
Yeah.
something to look for.
Oh man, it's about
We
to
won't
be
tell you where it is though.
Jay, the world's best liar.
Yeah.
Or smoothest pickup artist, whatever.
You know, this is actually happened. This is based on real events for me. Is
Yeah.
waking up,
Talking to girls.
talking to no, not talking to girls. Waking up in hotels.
You said something to me. Make up something immediately.
Wait, what?
I'm doing a documentary.
Oh yeah,
About,
yeah. We actually. This is one of the first things
about
that.
carpets.
I'm making a documentary about hotel carpets.
I'm doing
Funny story.
I'm doing
They
a documentary
changed.
about pretty ladies in hotels. Do you want to be in it? I could feature you. You could be the main star.
And the commentary just took a turn for the creepy real
Yeah.
fast. Oh,
That's what I'm here for.
But yeah, back to the other story. Long story short, we got the room, we had the auditions, and Jessie knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
But
Knocked
she,
it out of a metaphorical part.
But she is so much more qualified than we are.
I mean, yeah, she had a headshot, so
Yeah.
yeah. She just gave it to us, and we were like, "What do we do with this?"
She
And, like-
had like new shoes and everything. Just
Yeah.
like
And like we mentioned, that's why we wrote everything. We're so professional about it because we would have felt terrible wasting our time if we shot these entries like we do the other ones. Oh my God,
She would have not
She
come
wouldn't
back.
even have agreed to finish out the shoot. Probably.
That probably had something to do with the fact that we were like so prepared for this.
Yeah.
Is like we didn't want to like waste her time.
Yeah. Actually, she probably would have come back because she's super nice
She is super nice.
and she's
She's-
classy.
She is pretty classy. Oh yeah, you don't have to whisper it to me. You can say, "Hey, let's talk about the show."
I didn't know if that was a taboo or not.
No,
No.
it's not a taboo. I don't think anyone noticed it, did they?
I think someone
A couple
someone
people did after
had
I
to.
told them about it.
Yeah.
Someone had to have noticed
It is
it.
kind of hard to see, I guess, looking at it now.
I can't actually tell where it is.
She
right
moves
now.
out of the way
On
in a
the
second.
left side,
Right behind her head. I think it's when she closes the doors when you can see it best.
we made a shadow. I won't say specifically of
What?
but we made it, and
Yeah.
we cut it using scissors and like boxes.
Yeah,
There he is.
Yeah, we like stole the front desk of the hotel's like scissors and like went to Walmart and like bought just like 3 cardboard boxes because at first we tried to do it with like the little notebook paper when we didn't realize how light works, and so it was just like a blob from the coming out of the like on the wall that you couldn't tell what it was.
We
put a lot of effort into it.
funny story. It looked terrible. The shadow was okay.
No, the shadow was good. I'm saying like it looked
The
terrible when
actual
it was in
thing
paper.
looked terrible, and we
Yeah.
stuck it in our window.
Yeah.
So anytime you were in our living room, you saw this little crappy silhouette.
But it looked really
With
really
one
creepy.
arm?
Our roommate though, Ellis, made me take it down because it actually would freak him out because he kept forgetting that it was there.
Yeah.
And he thought someone was just like outside of our window just looking at him.
Stumbling in drunk at 2 in the morning. Who's in my room?
That's really just Ellis coming home at any time.
Yeah.
Now Ellis is going to be mad at me because I called him an alcoholic.
In the front, thing here. I feel like a tour guide.
If you look to the left, you will see 3 trash cans.
I guess we shouldn't say the actual name of this park, even though it's in the credits.
Yeah, I think
off
we
in the
can
dis-
just because it was in the credits.
Off in the distance, once I zoom in, you will see the location for the entire rest of the season.
Speaking of Ellis,
Is this the intro?
yeah, this is the intro. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
okay.
it's the intro we saw.
So if you guys are wondering who this mysterious Ellis is,
Oh, there
there
he
he is. That's him, to the park.
that's what people called him. That's not his official name, but I think in the
I
credits,
love that name.
I think in the credits he's credited as Man in the Woods. I think.
Something like that.
I just call him Precious.
Which sounds like a fantastic Nicolas Cage movie, The Man in the Woods.
It needs like a colon and then a subtitle, though. Like Man in the Woods, The Reckoning.
Man in the Woods, Wicker Man 2. Anyway, let's
Ellis is our buddy, so
Ellis is a sweetie. He
on one of these
definitely-
takes, didn't he just like swear at you out of nowhere
Yeah.
because he didn't realize that we
I never
curse in
told
it?
him that it was kind of an unspoken rule that like we try not to swear in this just because we see it as a little not kind of lazy if you can lean on it. If you lean on swearing too much to make it sound real, air quotes. So like Ellis didn't know that. So one of these takes when
He's like, fuck!
yeah when I like
We
approach
don't
him-
care about swearing in the commentary, by the way.
yeah fuck.
So
if
feel
you're-
free to swear all you want, audience. That's fine. We aren't offended.
If you're a younger person, just watch this where your parents can't see.
Yeah.
Not that we're endorsing child misbehavior or anything like that.
Watch
Child
it,
misbehavior.
watch it with your parents so they can tell you in what situations to use it. The situation not to use it is when your friends are trying to film a web series that doesn't have swearing in it.
Yeah, swearing in a web series that doesn't have swearing in it is probably a bad.
Swear at school all the time, though. In
Yeah.
church, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's funny because most of these
Confession.
trails aren't old and poorly maintained. Well, I mean, except for this stuff. These trails,
This wasn't on the trail, though.
Yeah, these trails for whatever reason just have like metal shit laying just in random places, like dumped like this.
There's just piles of metal and then just random pits you can fall in
Yeah,
if you're not
sinkholes. There's
careful.
sinkholes all over this place
It's
that are just
crazy.
massive.
It's so awesome, though. I
It's
love
really
this
cool.
part.
That's probably why we really.
If you haven't noticed, other than the whole mythos of the operator in the woods and everything like that, or well, we can say Slender Man, even though ours is the operator.
what started as the Slender Man but
yeah.
became the operator in Marble Hornets.
Yeah, that's not to say
'Cause
we
he's
don't
special.
like Slender Man.
It's
Anyway,
different.
beyond the mythos, we just really like shooting in the woods because it's.
We really like shooting in the woods, and now I really don't want to do it again.
Well, also,
because-
I mean, I hate to play on stereotypes, but this is Alabama. There are woods everywhere.
yeah.
There is no shortage of woods locations
Yeah.
to use.
Okay, so speaking of Ellis swearing at me, oh hey, I forgot that my nostrils
Just-
were in that. So you see this it's kind of hard to see in this right here, but that's a really steep incline going up to Ellis or the Man in the Woods. So I like hiked up. I went gung ho and hiked up this hill the first take and everything, and I was like out of breath. And then he turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" So I was like, "Well," and I just kind of walked back down to the starting point.
He looks like he's taking a wee wee.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Who just stands on a trail?
Who stands like
I
that?
think I'm gonna mess with my iPod.
He's
He's
like-
just really into the new Wiz Khalifa album he downloaded.
He's doing his blue jean model pose. Also, I don't know if you can tell,
Those
but that's
jeans
my
look-
hoodie that he's wearing.
Those jeans look incredible.
Yeah, they really shape his buttocks very well.
Ellis, if you ever listen to this, you're hot.
Ellis, I love you.
Oh man, awesome.
Can I help you?
Hey, how's it going?
That is totally Ellis, though.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about him,
Do you
but
wanna
this character is Ellis.
Do you want to touch me inappropriately?
Wait, what?
What?
That's not Ellis.
I
What are
don't
you
think
talking
I've
about?
ever heard Ellis say that.
There's
No.
me again.
Just in case you forgot who was filming.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted to. I don't know why I did that.
I
Commentary.
Think, I think most of those decisions can be summed up with "it seemed like a good idea at the time."
Yeah.
It works out for the best most of the time. Well, I don't know about best. It works out.
Yeah. On a whim.
When?
I tried
This is-
talking to girls.
This entire entry is full of flights of whimsy.
I think this is the one where there's like the cleaning lady watching us do this over and over.
Yeah,
again.
is that it right over there? No,
what
I
are you
can't tell.
pointing
If
at?
that,
Do you just refer to the cleaning lady as it?
I was actually referring to like the little cart they have.
No, it was
That's all I
on the
saw.
other side of the hall, like down by the window. You couldn't see it.
Oh, okay.
What do you want? Get out. I was wondering if
man,
you'd like to share some of these Pizza Hut coupons I found. There's one for 50% off, a large 3-topping. We could get pineapples.
What?
The best part about working with Jessie is she's so responsive to like telling. It's like, okay, now do it a little meaner.
Yeah.
She gets mean.
Yeah, I think if you watch the bloopers, there's one where she just like
What?
She goes, "What do you want?" And it just like takes me completely off guard. And I'm like,
Just,
"Oh!" And then just kind of.
I think
away.
both of us might have said it at the same time, just like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I might have offended you.
like on a personal level.
Yeah. Again, here's us on the exact same day. We shot.
Don't ruin
This
the
is
magic.
this is before we even shot the very first entry of season 2. I
Yeah.
think it was all out of order.
Yeah.
Wow, like we know
That
what
was
we're
a
doing.
snarky looking sneer just then. Man.
Jessica May, master of snarky sneers. That's actually her stage name. Snarky sneers.
That's actually what was on her resume when she
Yeah.
turned it in.
Snarky sneery face.
Qualifications: master,
Master of-
accredited master of snarky sneers.
Yep. Went to the College of Snarky Sneers, majoring in snarky sneers. Yep.
With a minor in poetry.
I was trying to think of a weird thing to have a minor in, but
I was
couldn't
going to
think of
say
anything.
like marine biology or something like that.
Sorry to any marine biologists listening to this right now.
That was actually probably my favorite class I took in high school.
Really?
It's the only one I ever tried in.
Tell us more.
Okay, so the year was 2006.
Okay, now we're starting it.
All right, so which one of you guys wants to tell a story of the dropped beard?
I had a beer sitting on the table, and Troy just kind of swipes it with his hand and sprays it everywhere,
I didn't
and then
swipe it.
and then blames it on me like an abusive husband.
And then I
She's like, why is that your fault that you dropped this beer?
And
Luckily, we are
now
in a hotel.
2/3 of us are barefoot. And
Well, I'm barefoot now because I was in socks, and now my socks are covered in beer.
I started this shit barefoot. What are you talking about?
OG barefoot.
But anyway, back on topic.
Jessica in distress.
Just saying now, like here's a little side note that the floor's covered in beer now.
Yeah.
It's great. It's fun. In this,
Can we
the
just talk
floor was
about
not
how-
covered with beer.
Can we just talk about how amazing Jessica is here right now?
We're-
Because
Let's not seem too creepy here.
I'm
Because
just
every time
saying.
Jessica is on, we've been like, "Oh, she's so amazing."
I don't think there's a problem with being complimentary of the best actor
Yeah.
actress in the series.
One of the few people that actually
It's like
wore
a-
makeup in the
a
videos.
quality actress, and then us.
This is one of the few times where I actually kind of took a directing role in this.
Oh, yeah.
Since,
You were totally the director of this part, yeah.
since
Whatever.
Troy had the camera on, and it was almost Alex Crayley-ish with the whole like just have a conversation thing with me like you're smiling. You're smiling ever so slightly. Stop it. And that was like the one thing I really dialed in on, and I'm pretty sure Jesse probably hated me by the end of it because I kept saying, "All right, let's do that one more time."
She's still kind of slightly smiling,
but it's more of a hysterical.
It looks like
Yeah.
a crazy smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. This whole hotel thing, man, it just blows my mind.
That we did it like in
It
one.
was so awkward because I was the one that like booked the hotel, and I had to call a couple of places.
Oh, you mean like not awkward between us, but like awkward with the hotel
the
staff?
hotel.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I had to call a couple of them, and like the first thing I would ask them, like, "Hey, do you guys have a conjoined rooms?
Adjoining
rooms?
Conjoined
Conjoined rooms." Anyway, so I'd ask them that, and first they'd be like, "You mean adjoined rooms?"
That's
And,
not what they said.
and no, we don't. So I finally found one that did. The hotel that shall not be named.
Yeah. That's not,
And the woman, Barbara, if you're
yeah.
listening.
Do you remember her?
I do.
Remember her name?
I do, because she was so nice.
She was really nice.
And she was no questions asked kind of lady.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she did ask questions, but she didn't question my weird answers.
Yeah. Joseph was really good at not making up answers for her questions.
It's like, okay, yeah, we do have a room available. How long will you need? I'm like, oh, we're just going to need it for the night. And it's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like,
I've never been asked by like the hotel staff, why are you here?
I think she was just being friendly.
Yeah,
but
then you gave her a terrible answer.
But it was one of those things that I did not want to answer because it would be weird. It's like, oh yeah, me and my buddy were just going to bring a camera and a girl.
Yeah,
you know. So I was like, we need to study.
You were like, we just need to get away for a while to study for finals.
Like getting all those distractions out. So I show up, I get the key. I think you showed up after me, and then they ask you, or did they ask you or Jesse? It's like, oh, are you here with Mr. Delage?
Yeah. Because they showed me where you were.
Yes, I'm just here for a secret rendezvous.
So I'm pretty sure that is exactly what she thought. Because after she realized that it was me and Troy, she hadn't even seen Jessica yet. She went from super nice to super really nice.
Yeah.
I
really admire what you guys are doing. You're so brave.
So I was just like, I love Troy, but it's platonic. We're not.
Says you.
So yeah,
Combination.
It was so bad. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's an operator thumble on that.
Yeah, we actually.
And it says combination just in case, because we know how Jay is with problem solving.
I mean, look, it took him a second to realize that there's another save.
Oh man,
I love this shot so much. I'm so proud of this shot. I don't even care.
We actually went to a live screening or Tim and I. Troy, had you come yet?
No.
Okay. Tim and I were at a live screening.
Oh yeah. I was there. Yeah.
/ commentary we did for one of the
organizations on campus.
Yeah,
at my
and
university.
This was perfect.
Just wait a second. Just watch this. The time it took to get all this blocked out to be timed perfectly for you to run at me right when I turned around and to like move, like throw you to the wall and hit you. Also, I had a major problem with making noises when I hit you. There was like 3 or 4 takes in a row of me hitting you with quote unquote hitting you with the flashlight and going.
See, I'm kind of surprised you went with the whole like fingers slowly wrapping around the door, because I remember I did that with one take, and then you were like, "That looks silly and horror movie-ish. Don't do it." But then
we liked it.
But then you liked it later.
But you remember, like at that live commentary, we had finished the season 1, and a bunch of them were just like, "Hey, let's watch season 2." Some people left, some people stayed, and some of those people had not seen it yet.
Yeah.
And when those fingers came around, even the people that had seen it, just they lost it.
Yeah, I felt really proud of myself.
And that's the best part about like meeting the fans and stuff, is them telling you how creepy it was, because you're around it all the time that you don't realize that you start pointing out all the things that are wrong. And
but then you learn really quick not to do that.
But it just like gives you goosebumps when someone tells you, it's like, I couldn't sleep for a week, and like they're actually telling you to your face, because there's a difference between reading it online many times.
At that live commentary / viewing thing, we didn't really do commentary. We just kind of watched them watch it.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever seen like a live reaction to something we made, and it was kind of flattering.
I have a hard time watching like reaction videos on YouTube just because I'm like,
you can't see what they're watching.
Yeah, it's different than seeing it live, and seeing it live was just amazing.
Yeah.
It helps us not be negative Nancy so much.
Yeah, which is a big problem for me.
God, I hate this shot so much.
But you have such sweet biceps in the shot.
If there's one thing that we really care about, it's our bodies.
Look, he just kind of flashed his biceps a little bit. Just
that card that the card that I showed you was actually the script. It wasn't like a script, but it was like a little note card with bullet points of what exactly I was supposed to say. But I don't think
That's like a running joke with Marvel.
Anytime there's a piece of paper, it's the real script.
Like that is the case 100% of the time in season 1. Anytime you saw a paper, and I think we mentioned this in the commentary.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned it.
It's the actual script, and that does not change
I
at
think-
all.
I don't think there's really many instances of there being paper on the screen in this, but yeah, like that note card. It wasn't obviously it wasn't big enough to have like my full little monologue here, but it said like
say something important.
Yeah, no, it was like it had the date on it that I had to say to like line up with our timeline and everything because I couldn't remember the date. It was like April, whatever. Anti graffiti.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Ellis helped so much.
Ellis was such a sweetie.
He's a Puddins.
Yeah, he's a Puddins.
No.
So if you look at all the graffiti here, except for that one, I guess. If you look at the graffiti on the walls in this abandoned building, you'll notice that you can't really read anything because I think the day that we shot this, it was just Ellis and I here trespassing, and we just brought black spray paint, like 3 or 4 cans of black spray paint and like 2 cans of blue spray paint, and just went in here and anti-graffitied. We essentially like censored the graffiti that was on the walls because some of them were naughty words and some of them
if
just
we have a
really
no
stupid.
swearing rule.
Yeah, look at all that black. That's all us that we just
It's
kind
just
of
covering up dicks everywhere.
yeah, pretty much.
If you have a no swearing rule for your characters, you definitely have a no swearing rule for
the walls.
It's like just dicks and swastikas all over the walls.
Pretty much because Alabama.
Didn't you guys add some graffiti though?
We added some graffiti. We actually
Like the
that little tentacle ball. I added that there. I don't think there's any.
Did the
more
windows? Did they already have those tentacles, or did you guys add those?
I added the tentacles on the windows, but you can't really see them for that long. But I added them there because I was bored. It was fun.
Did you show it in this shot, or?
Yeah, you can see it when I was walking by it a second ago. You could see it.
What about the TLM?
No, TLM is. Well, I felt really bad about that because Terry Lynn, who made the DVD cover for season 1, we
Thanks again.
yeah, thanks if you're listening. We spray painted.
Ellis also knocked down that thing.
Yeah, way to go, Ellis. We spray painted her initials onto the wall, hoping we could like show it in this without as like a call out,
Shout out.
A shout out to like her. But then once I watched all this, I realized that I never really pointed the camera at it. So I guess you'll just have to take our word for it.
So hopefully she listens to this and knows, if we haven't already told her, that
Thanks for making that DVD cover.
you were in season 2.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like this entry. Like, a lot of people were really disappointed by this. Nothing really happened. But I think I stand by it and that it's really good in the grand scheme of things because it makes the next entry.
It's one of the things that you run into with all of these so-called slow entries. I understand completely the fan reaction to it when they first watch it because it's something they wait for. They watch it in real time.
Yeah,
but it
and
is
seems really dumb.
necessary.
But it's important to look at it in the grand scheme of things. Like, it happened a lot in season 2. It happened in season 1. And then you go back and you watch it all together, and it makes more sense.
Hey, there's your
I
face.
love this one.
Hey. I still don't know exactly how I feel about, like, you didn't ask me about this
No.
at all. You just tore up a picture of my face and filmed it.
Yeah.
So then you just come home and you just see like a torn up picture of your face laying on the floor and just like, what have you been doing?
I was just
while
like,
it's
Troy,
gone?"
where do we stand in our friendship?
It will.
Do we need to talk it out?
Well, would you rather have it like torn up on my floor or like covered in like lipstick kisses?
That's one of those, like, ask two terrible
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Which
would you rather?
have?
This looks really familiar. We were just here.
Funny story, I was hunched over next to the door
Yeah.
freezing because I couldn't wear my hoodie.
Yeah, because it had to be in like April or something. So Joseph had to be in. This was shot in February, I think.
I can't
January.
remember.
I got to
February.
wear a jacket,
Oh,
so I got
pay
no
attention.
problem.
See that cup up there? Watch the cup when I drop it. bam, flipped it up. It's magic. I'm so happy
You
about
just
that.
made a drinking game.
I think-
out of Marble Hornets.
I think that
Like,
I
there
think
are like 5 already.
there were several good takes of this take right here because there's a cut soon after Tim appears. But this take, I'm pretty sure I use it solely because of that cup flipping up.
Yeah. Just you and your friends go out to an abandoned house, find some dirty old cups, and try to
Flip them
up.
over. Yep.
And drink if you do it.
Tim, action man.
Hey, Tim! Oh wait, we don't know it's Tim. Hold on.
Wait, hey, mask guy.
I was not expecting the camera drop to look this good when we were making it. I was like, man, I'm really gonna have to work at this, but I didn't have to do all that much.
Tim, you're such a trooper for this.
Oh man.
Well, I would like to mention, after about we did about 6 or 7 takes of this,
Yeah.
and after about 3 or 4 of them, I thought, hey, what if to make the fighting part look more realistic, what if Joseph just sort of like slams my head into the door, and like
Did that
obviously
actually make it into the
and
game?
obviously I was okay with that. I was sacrificing my body for the craft, and then it didn't even get used at all.
well,
The first take, I didn't do it very hard, and
I
Tim
left with a
just-
splitting headache because I was
just-
just like, slam my head harder, Joseph.
yeah, because the mask broke at one point and cut your face, didn't it?
Yeah, I had like a little cut on my forehead for the longest time because of
Yeah.
that.
I felt really bad, and it's like, oh, okay. And the last take really hit your head pretty hard.
Usually the way we film these oh wait, hold on, I really like this. A lot of people were really like could not figure out how we made that right there, or how I made that. This shot right here, they thought like I put the camera under like a fish
Pointing
bowl,
at a puddle.
a fish bowl or something. No, it's actually underwater.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the chest camera.
Yeah, the chest camera is actually waterproof. Well, the chest camera isn't waterproof, but it has underwater housing for it.
Oh.
Just in case you don't remember what happened.
Oh, I didn't realize that I had a. Here's what happened.
Flashback.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Ooh.
Huh.
Oh.
Well, I don't think it's a true one.
But anyway, what I was saying is, what was I saying? Crap. Oh, how we usually shoot those like high energy fight scenes or whatever. We usually have it in the original way that we thought to shoot it, and then we just make it bigger and bigger and bigger with each take. And I think
Without going into full choreographed mode. 'Cause
Yeah.
we would not.
choreographed fight scene.
We would not be able to make that look good.
Yeah, but
Save
I
that
think
for season 3. There will be a huge, just like kung fu fight.
Just completely go away from the first person. Have like multiple camera angles.
this
Michael Bay
entry,
will guest
It'll just
direct.
be like close-ups of the 3 of us punching each other in the face for about 10 minutes.
this entry took I think, how long did this take to do? It was like
Oh
there
my
was
God,
like
it was
3 or
so
4
cool.
different versions. Of
And this is a completely different.
Yeah.
This is completely different than how we originally did it. It was like fully scripted.
Yeah.
We rehearsed before we went out there.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is when it's like 30 degrees outside and you're wearing short sleeves. Weren't you able to wear a hoodie? Cause
No, I didn't wear a hoodie in mine because we couldn't use one of the days that we shot because I was shaking so much because the camera
Yeah.
was shaking and you could hear my voice shaking from the cold.
And I'm like shivering there.
yeah, so it's like this doesn't happen in April.
Luckily, it was also one of those things where this actually was shot before we went out there and had our fight with Tim. And it felt like after we did that and then we went back and watched what we had filmed before, it was so low energy comparatively.
Yeah. Originally, the original entry 36 was just Jay and Alex talking like very friendly, like oh man, where have you been? You know, like
You
what has
just
been
broke
going?
that dude's leg.
Yeah, but then
We didn't mean for it to sound like that. It just did.
Yeah, but then after we shot that stuff with Tim, we were like, this is going to seem 100% out of character from what just happened. Like, Alex breaks Tim's leg or whatever, and then it's just like, so, what have you been up to?
So once you get to sit there and beat the shit out of one of your friends for about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
it really boosts up your motivations.
I made this entry at work. The power was out at work.
Magical things happen whenever
then-
Troy is bored at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, Troy fixed that other entry using his magical editing powers.
Yay!
Can we tell about the
The incident.
the
I think we
incident?
have to. I
Yeah,
think
we
we're
have to.
actually obligated.
That's
to
one of
say.
the only things to talk about in this one, isn't it?
Season 2 was like the first time we had some significant errors.
Yeah.
This being like the most obvious one.
Yeah.
Troy, since it's your fault, you can tell the story.
Okay. This birthday footage, which was given to us by Kirill.
Shout out to Krill.
Thanks, Kirill, who wasn't here this time. Sorry. Wish you were here, buddy. he gave us this footage. I don't really know where he got it.
I think it was like one of his friends.
One of his friends, I think, who had a son named Alex, and weird coincidence. But when I was editing it, it took a really long time to edit because there's so much stuff going on in it. Like, it took forever to get that static at the bottom of the screen right. So when I was so happy once it was all finished, and I put it on there, and then I started looking at and I looked at and I looked at the fan reaction to it. Someone was like, "There's a kid in like a very prominent Nickelodeon cartoon character shirt." SpongeBob, Spangbab,
Splargbid,
in like a shirt, like a SpongeBob shirt, and the timestamp at the top is like what 1991 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like huge time continuity error
that people would definitely notice.
Yeah, well, they noticed it immediately, so I had to like take it down and fix it like frantically.
I think that was the first time we ever had to take down a video to fix it.
I think it was, yeah.
We had one more error later in the series that we'll get to.
We'll have plenty.
There was also one other case where you put an extra normal video on the Marble Hornets channel by accident.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Oh, is this Joseph Tells a Story?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this one I'm
okay with this one. I stand by it, but some people got the wrong idea from it, I think.
Yeah, we weren't. And let us be perfectly clear about this. We are not giving an origin story.
Yeah.
We got a good bit of flack for trying to attach an origin story to something that didn't really need it.
Yeah, and that should really be emphasized because we like the fact that there isn't a set origin story, and we don't really want there to be one.
Although we don't really want to shoot ourselves in the foot here and be like, we will never do an origin story ever, because, we probably won't, but it's... Yeah.
Never is a dirty word.
Yeah.
But
we like the fact that there's no big scary story as to why the operator exists.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
He was being, just creepy and weird. Like, this is bad. Like, you find out later where this kind of leads.
Yeah.
He's just being a dirty little fella.
Yeah,
and part of the problem, and I'm the first one to critique myself and give very harsh criticism towards myself, was the delivery. It was a little awkward.
I just shrugged to Joseph. So
yeah, but it turned out better than it. Trust me, it felt a lot worse when we were doing it. Troy can attest to how many takes we did just because I was just like, nope.
It was a lot of takes, but granted, it was kind of a long story, and there were certain details that Joseph couldn't leave out.
Yeah.
So if he left them out, we couldn't use it.
I think my main problem with it is this definitely felt the most scripted to me.
Yeah. It was very scripted.
Because, it was. I can see why people didn't like it. It's not my favorite entry. I don't think it's bad.
I don't think any of the entries are bad. I think they're all my favorite.
Oh, no.
What happened to it?
Wait.
Yeah. What happened to him?
Oh, I thought we broke something.
No. I just lost my train of thought.
That's probably going to happen a lot in this
because now I'm
commentary.
depressed. Oh, man.
As for this, speaking of which...
As for SpongeBob Kid video...
Thank you also to the family that donated this footage to us.
Whoever they are.
I hope they've seen it, and I hope they're okay with it.
Yeah.
We're very appreciative. I hope you hear this. I hope Kirill properly thanked you.
Now we're in the future.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
this is also at the spillway, isn't it?
Yep. This is the same area. It's just like the other side of the first shot in entry 27, standing at the fence looking out. It's just the other side, where all the water is. Obviously, I'm really happy with this shot.
Such a pretty.
It looks so.
Because
It
Jay
looks so
just looks like
pretty.
he's thinking so hard.
He's so stoic.
We have become masters, and by we I mean you have become masters at faking voicemails and putting it on the videos.
Yeah, obviously Joseph wasn't... Well, I don't know if it's very obvious, but Joseph was not actually on the phone when I was talking to him, so I had to find a way to...
What?
To dub him in. I think I just had to have you call my phone.
I
and
actually
held it up
left
to the microphone.
I left a message, and you recorded that.
Yeah.
And then you just...
No, for this, when I'm talking to you on the phone,
Oh.
you weren't actually... I wasn't actually talking to you on speakerphone.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I think you just we just recorded it later, so I just had to guess what you sounded
I
like.
can't remember how that movie magic
I find that
works.
hard to believe. Like, how could you possibly pull that off?
You're
Just
right. I
through-
bullshitted the whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I
do any
mean,
of
that's
this.
just like.
Troy is the video master.
Video master.
He's the editing wizard.
I would have to agree with that.
Oh, thank puddins.
Oh.
This is also the spillway looking the opposite direction. We just pulled the car in the different direction, so it's facing the road instead of facing the water now.
And then you just sat there for 12 hours till it got dark.
Yep.
I know it seems like a really small thing, but I really like it whenever a car
Goes
past, or like you just see a random person or something, because that did not happen in season 1 for the most part.
Yeah.
Even on those driving shots, other than like the introduction video.
The one in the park
Yeah,
where you brought your dog.
you probably don't. But you never actually saw,
never saw
the
them.
people.
Those
that
were just random people.
Or the
And
dog.
I don't think.
We never showed the
Yeah.
dog either. This is not season 1 commentary. That's done.
Shut up. Because it actually feels like it's in the real world. I don't know if other people feel the same way, but that's something I really like to see. 'Cause-
It seems
oh my
realer.
goodness.
Who is it?
Oh no,
Who
who
is
is that?
that?
Who is that?
Spoilers, I
mysterious man?
didn't actually have a camera in my hand here.
What? You just ruined everything.
Yeah, I know.
You just ruined
The
illusion.
camera that the person that walks past that window
Yeah.
is supposed to have is actually filming them.
Let's just okay.
Yeah.
Joseph obviously just said that was him that was doing it, but that's just
That's not canon. That's not Alex.
yeah. Thanks for saying that. Awesome.
Whatever.
You're just on a roll with saying the wrong thing.
I'm talking about me personally, like Joseph Delage
Yeah.
walking past the window
Yeah.
was not holding a
Miming
camera.
a camera.
Joseph Deli Sandwich number 3.
That's right.
Yeah. Here's more stock footage fun with to the art. Should we be telling jokes over these? I don't know.
No.
Hey, Joseph, knock knock.
Who's there?
But
Who?
but
Wow. If they weren't deaf already from Tim's laughter, they're definitely deaf now.
that was my joke for To the
I'm
Ark.
so sorry.
There's people in the room next door to us. I'm sorry to them mostly.
They were actually entering the room next to us as we drove up, and I was like, they have no idea what they're in for, and they're gonna hate us by the end.
They're going to become very familiar with Tim's speaking voice.
Yes.
Rosswood Park at approximately 3 p.m.
Tim has 2 volumes, loud and fucking loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what that one was.
No. Well,
That wasn't
see, I
as
just
loud.
broke your record.
Well, there you go. That was already louder than I'm talking. God, I hate you so
What
much.
is this one? Oh yeah, this is the one where my
This isn't. Oh, this is
Hey,
the
bud.
one in the park. That
Yeah.
narrows it down.
this is the one of my elbow. I remember my elbow is just like incredibly close to the camera at one point here, which is super.
It's a pretty fantastic elbow, though.
I know.
mean,
Wait.
yeah.
There it is.
yes.
It does kind of look like a butt.
Got what? How does that look like a butt?
I don't know.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah. Someone just said to me one time, like, is that a butt on the camera? It's like, why would I put my ass in front of the camera? This has nothing to do with anything.
I really wish that we could maybe have some headphones on or something.
Why?
Because
This
I
is-
don't know what's
he's saying
going
right
on.
now.
This is Jay getting to the park, calling Alex, being like, "Hey, I'm at the park." This is
Oh,
before.
this is when he wanders
This
off.
is when he
into the
wanders
woods.
off, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I like that building down there. We never actually go to it in this season, but
I
It's
feel
there.
really bad
Maybe someday.
when I am talking to a fan or something, and they're like, "An entry number, blah blah blah." And so
yeah,
it's
we,
like-
we definitely
I'm
have to.
I'm like, sometimes I'm too embarrassed to actually ask, okay, could you elaborate a little bit more? I'll actually go and watch again. Because I normally only watch the entries when they're put up once, and that's it. Just because I don't like watching myself.
What about the ones with just me?
I just don't like you.
Oh,
Oh.
I really
I like
this.
Tim, though. I watch all of his entries a
Oh.
lot.
See, I always get excited. Like, I'm always waiting for it to get posted along with everyone else just because, I don't get to see any of it between it actually getting shot and then it getting posted. So I don't know what it looks like, during the editing phase or whatever.
I know it's been said a lot, but I don't much anymore either. That was a terrible
That was a
sentence.
bad sentence.
I don't-
I've
I don't-
forgotten how to English.
I don't see the editing process nearly as much as I used to because it's better left to Troy because I just draw the process out way too long.
Yeah.
Because Troy's a wizard and Joseph's like, hey, check out this cat video I found.
No, I don't think. I think I'm worse about that than he is, actually.
But pretty much anytime there's a computer around and we are around, we end up watching YouTube or something like that,
Yeah.
and nothing gets accomplished.
Yeah. This area right here, when we were location scouting, we found this area about. I found this area on accident when I was out at the park, like maybe 3 months ago from this point, and it was like nothing but woods around these overgrown chimney things. And then when we came back here to shoot it, it was completely flat.
Which actually, I think,
It looks
better.
cool. It looks cool, but
Some
originally it was.
glorious jeans.
Thanks.
Some perfect jean shot.
Are you a
right there.
Wrangler man?
I am a
Are you
Wrangler
built
man.
Ford tough?
No,
Oh.
I'm built Chevy Fantastic or whatever it is.
Chevy runs
fabulous.
deep. Come on, man, get your slogans right. Funny story, and by funny I mean terrifying. So many ticks in this area.
Oh yeah, I think I had
So
3
many.
ticks on me after this.
I didn't have any, like, actually in me.
Ew. crawling around your innards.
But I did find at least like 3 or 4, like, trying very desperately to find some
To
dark,
get-
moist place. To dig in.
You have lots of those.
Oh yes, I do. I sweat horribly. And,
Ew. I don't think that's
Oh,
what they want
God.
to hear about.
Today on the Marvel Hornets Season 2 commentary, Joseph's dark, moist places.
People thought that the amount of my crotch in this video was funny. I am indifferent.
just don't think
I
there was
am
enough.
indifferent about it.
I think there should have been more.
we actually had a family come by, like, or I don't remember if it was a family or was it like a couple on a bike or something like. Not
While we were
a
shooting
single
this.
bike, but
Yeah.
As we were shooting, like not like right before or right after, like normal, like right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And we just kind of looked down and we're like, hey.
Hey, don't worry about us. I think you can hear it in this take. I'm not really sure. There's a bee's nest in there. There's like bees. There are bees buzzing all around
Bees?
my head during this whole take. So I was kind of afraid to put the camera up there, but yeah, bees. Bees everywhere.
Few things are more terrifying than bees. And there's one of them.
What about Hornets, you guys?
Shut
Shut
up.
up. We're just gonna not even talk for the rest of this. I don't see what's so funny about my run at the end of this. A lot of
I
people
think just because it's there. And of
what's
course,
so funny about that?
well, it's funny. Like the first thing people say is like, "Why did he leave the camera? Why?
Like,
why?
how's he
Why
Because he
would?
dropped it and wasn't taped to his hands.
Why would? Why would he just run away? Oh, hey, that's a lovely drawing. You did.
Yay! Yeah. This is another 2-hour video that was made by myself when I was bored in my room. I really like doing stop motion stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun, even though I definitely would not consider the stop motion of just like shaking the camera while I take pictures. But
Season 3 should be entirely stop motion.
Okay.
Like, I think we should move the claymation route, honestly.
Okay. Works for me.
Do all the figures ourselves, even though none of us have any experience making claymation.
Yeah, if there's
So
anyone who knows how to make sort of bendable clay figurines, let us know.
a bunch of amorphous blobs.
Yeah.
With like a J on the front for J. Why is it upside down now?
Shut
Troy?
up.
Why
Because
is it
that
upside
tall
down?
guy kicked it.
Shut up. I really like how it moves when the walking up to this. It just looks weird. It's gonna happen
For
at
some reason,
point,
the quality right here just looks really
'cause it's focusing properly.
good. Way better than normal.
That just looks really cool to me. I don't know why. Huh.
It's all a subtlety.
There's tons of subtlety in Marvel Hornets.
A lot of people did not like this entry.
Yeah.
And stand by it. Stand by it. Yeah.
What?
Do you stand by it?
Do I stand by it? Yeah, we had the end of this entry, the important part, I guess you could call it. Stop kicking the table.
Sorry.
This played out a little bit better in my head, I think, where it was like just kind of a big confusing thing where it's like, oh, Jay picked the camera back up and now we're just walking around normally, and then you realize that it's not him. But I think it had a better effect in my head than it did when it was actually posted, but I still,
I think it accomplished what it was supposed to. Maybe it could have been trimmed back a little bit in terms of just the walking. But, you can argue both ways. and that it's that kind of thing that builds tension.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. People
Sorry if you
people
didn't
thought
like it.
there's something written in that soil there. I thought it said arc, I think.
That'd be really cool. We should have done that.
Yeah, we should. we did.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we did.
yeah.
Sorry.
Every single thing was intentional.
Yep. We wrote it there. A lot of people thought this
Whoa.
was like a nature documentary thing. It's like, here's a nice waterfall. It's so peaceful. But,
Actually has the words operator written in the water in the waterfall as it's coming down.
yep, it forms the letters one
Yeah.
at a time.
Mystery fella just likes the woods.
Yeah. Mystery fella. That's what we're going to call him. Mystery fella.
Mystery bro.
Some nice little lens flare.
Lens flare. It's so beautiful.
Oh man.
Creeping on your own car. Wait a minute. Something's not right here.
The only downside to shooting here is it's a really popular place for people to bring their mountain bikes. And
For bikers.
So-
Mountain bikes and dogs.
Yeah.
So there are always whatever,
in this
grammar.
particular parking lot, anyway.
A lot of people come and go as we're trying to film, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's really hard to shoot when you have like doors closing. You're like, "Hey, bro, what's up?
Yeah. Let's go biking
You ready to
and
hit the trail?"
rip off rocks and do backflips.
I think that was the parking lot where I found the used condom or the used tampon on the ground.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
Yeah,
there.
that's not a story that needs to be told.
Yeah.
Well, that
you-
was the story.
Yeah.
I found a used tampon on the ground and it was there.
What did you
Yeah.
what did you call him? Mystery fella?
Yeah.
Yeah, the original design of Mystery I really like this.
It's
I feel
This is done
so
all by yourself.
I feel so
at your house.
masturbatory being happy about this, but I'm really proud of how it turned out.
You should be proud. It looks good.
Aw. Yeah, I made this doll myself. In case you couldn't tell.
See,
It looks
when I
so
first
freaky.
when I first watched this, I could have sworn that I thought that the little operator 0 button was sort of like After Effects in. or
I thought it
something
was.
like-
I thought it was until you told me otherwise.
Yeah.
I just took some glue and also set the glue on fire when it had set, so it kind of burned into its face. I just went out to a thrift store and found like a nondescript baby doll, and then just kind of took a saw to it. I felt like I was back in middle school or something again. Like, oh, I'm so angry. I'm like messing stuff up.
You-
Not that I did
what?
that in middle school. Although I did pierce my ear. Remember? Pierce.
What?
I don't remember that, but I remember you telling me about that. Oh man, funny story about this. My dash there in front of the passenger seat is forever messed up now.
Yeah.
Because Alex throws his little hissy fit and throws his phone. And the first time I did it, it kind of looked like I was casually tossing it.
Yeah.
And it looked like I wasn't trying to break my phone. So I just, on one of the takes, I threw it as hard as I could. It bounced off.
It was this take.
Was it this
yeah,
one?
it was this one.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of a different one that it bounced off of that console, hit like the passenger side window, and bounced right back.
Oh,
in
back
front
into
of
you,
me,
yeah.
like into my lap, and I was like, "Well,
It,
I
like-
think we should start over."
It like knocked your dash out of alignment, but it was this
Yeah.
take that you did it.
Yeah, so now there's like a dent where like two pads like overlap, and it's all messed up now. It's hard to explain, but yeah, the sacrifices I make
Yeah.
for Marble Hornets here.
This
With my
series is ruined.
1998 Mustang here being destroyed for our craft.
Yeah.
I think my
Also-
car is the only one that hasn't been ruined in this series.
Your
but
car's
hey,
the only
we
one
still
who
haven't.
hasn't
We still have another season to go, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Now we're
Is
definitely
this-
going to.
Is like the sister video of this? Is this the one where we had our first like real continuity error with the window?
The window, yeah.
Yeah, I think on the next entry that's like supposed to be right after this, my window, or it might actually be the end of this video.
When Jay runs into you.
Yeah,
it's this one.
my window is down and it was up to begin with.
Yeah, when you come back, but
It was hot. Okay,
Who cares?
Leave me alone.
it was hot, and we had to make it look like it was cold.
So
As opposed to like 3 or 4 entries ago, where it was the opposite.
Yep. That's why I'm happy that
we
we're
really,
gonna
we really need to shoot like
present day
Right.
again. Yeah. This is the only time during season 2 that I almost passed out.
It's also the first time we say a swear, kind of.
Kind of.
Don't I say what the hell? I think.
Yeah, you say Jay, what the hell? Then you say like Jesus Christ here or something.
Oh man, I'm so edgy.
Yeah. Alex is an edgy dude.
We actually had a little bit of a conversation. Like, should we say this?
Yeah.
Should we?
We're like, who cares?
I love this little trail right here. How the
branches go over it. It
Oh,
looks so good.
it's a tree tunnel. Let's talk about Timbo.
Yeah.
What?
You were the one that found the note, right?
Uh,
Like while you were doing your little jog
Yeah, yeah.
around. Real quick, in order to seem tired, Troy had to like run around these trees, like actual jog
Yeah.
and get out of breath. But I'll let
I
you
think this
tell
take
about
was
Timbo.
like right as I sat down after running, so I'm like exceptionally out of breath. But while I was, we had video of it actually of me running around.
Oh yeah.
We had video of me running around just like singing or something, so I'm out of breath. And then I run by, I think it's like the tree next to the one I'm leaning against. There's like a piece of paper just laying under it. And I picked it up and opened it, and it was like, it was a note for a drug deal.
Like you figure you find like this is a place where people go and like study. You're like, oh, someone dropped like their English notes or
Yeah.
something like that. No, this was like a Timbo. They're onto you. They're
No, it said something like, no, Timbo and Brandy are trying to get the heat off y'all or something. Like every other word was
It was like
misspelled.
all this intrigue and stuff. But
Yeah.
all I was thinking is like, this is way over the top for something that's probably like some guy has an Adderall prescription and he's handing it out. Or something.
Adderall drug deal.
But then you took the note with you.
And
Didn't
then I
you?
took it.
So someone probably died because of you. Someone
Whatever.
probably got shot in the face
That's what they. That's
because
what
you
they
With an
took-
airsoft
because
gun.
you couldn't just, because you couldn't just leave the note on the ground.
I thought it was cool, so I took it.
I really, not to, toot my own horn, but I really like the exchange we had under the tree. Where
Yeah.
I'm just being a jerk to you.
I actually like this one better than the one under the tree, just because of the right here. Yeah.
What?
Like what? What do you want?
Yeah.
There's I think out of all of the Alex and Jay talking entries, this one's the best one, I think.
Yeah. If there's one thing that we love, it's snark.
Yeah.
And it's always, or maybe it wasn't this entry that the window is rolled up. I don't know. At some point, a window is up when it should be down, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But
Somewhere, sometime, a window is being dumb in the series.
yeah, we're perpetually sarcastic to each other anyway in real life, and it was a lot of fun to actually do that on camera too.
Yeah.
But in a more mean way, because we would certainly never be mean towards each other ever.
Oh,
Shut up.
I feel like I'm intruding.
Joseph kept laughing at that line of, I don't know, I guess the battery's dead, because you're like, you sound so sad. You sound so sad that your battery's dead.
Well, look at you. You're just like downtrodden, like, oh,
Oh,
my battery.
I'm so sad. Okay, this is the 8th to the Arc Intrigue. I think it's 7th or 8th or something. This was posted on the 2-year anniversary of Marvel Hornets, I think.
Oh,
It's called Memories.
fancy. Yeah, I
Memories.
think we've mentioned this a few times when we've done live stuff, but I think it would be a good time. Tim, I'll let you tell it since you're the one that kind of convinced Troy to bring it back anyway. But we were going to get rid of the To the Arc videos.
Yeah, it mostly had to do with the when YouTube changed their layout because what was it? It was like if you didn't allow comments, it also didn't allow video responses.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the reasons where you just kind of said, I think the To the Arc videos are kind of played out, and not enough people are going to see them by this point.
Yeah, they're not going to
But-
be able to be seen by the normal person who
Yeah.
doesn't know they exist yet. We
But-
actually had someone at a convention ask us, like, I've never even heard of that. Like, what is
Yeah.
that?
But at the same time, there were also a lot of longtime viewers who were really clamoring for those.
Yeah.
So-
This hotel here. Oh, by the way, you hear that door close behind me? I just let myself out of my room. So after I shot that, I had to go back down to the the front desk and get a new key. But anyway, that hotel, I was actually on a paying job with someone else shooting something, and we were staying at that hotel, and I just happened to have my camera with me. And I was like, this will be a good time to have Jay in another hotel room getting a phone call from Alex before he walks outside and goes into his car or something.
Oh yeah, so that was just like some random place in Mississippi.
That
or
was a
something,
random
wasn't
place.
it?
That was a random place in Flowood, Mississippi.
Oh,
Flowood. Yep.
never,
It's by an airport.
I am really glad that we brought back the To the Arc videos, though.
Why?
Yeah.
Just
because I
Exactly.
think that season 2 had some of the best, if not the best. Although I do think that the Silent Snow,
Solid Snow, Secret Snow, or whatever.
from season 1 is
Yeah. What was
yeah.
that?
I was brown nosing.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No.
Why am I apologizing?
I don't know. I think that one is probably my favorite, but I do think that season 2 has some of the best because they're just neat.
Oh.
The baby doll one was pretty
Funny
hardcore,
story.
but
This
come
is
on.
actually at the house that we shot the season finale for season 1 at.
Haven't we shown it from the outside until then?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No,
I guess not.
this is the right house and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know whose car that is. I think it actually is someone that lives in this apartment.
Yeah.
The girl that played Amy does still live here, and we called her and we're like, "Hey, we're going to be shooting outside your house."
Don't answer the door when we knock.
Yeah, and she, God bless her, was so nice about it. She's like, okay.
That was a really southern thing of you to say. Oh, God love it. She just
Oh, ain't she
Gosh
just,
darn it!
ain't she just a sweetie pie?
ain't she just a
But
little sweet pun.
I'm
Bless
pretty
her heart.
sure like the window before the door is like her roommate's room, so like they kept seeing me walk past the door every or
Knocking on the door,
window.
walking away, walking back.
They're just sitting
After
there
a
in
while-
the corner of the room with a gun, just like, I hope he comes in.
It took enough takes to where after a while I stopped knocking. I just mind.
Yeah, just
knocked.
knocking. You also stood in a fantastic place for me not to be able to see your face.
Like the
Yeah.
one place,
Yeah.
like of all the angles I could have chosen, I'm a master of
Oh,
messing
you look
it
so
up.
sad.
I am.
Oh wait,
fine.
you're looking at your phone, right?
Yep. Got a little double chain going.
This is the this is the Jessica bombshell.
Yeah.
Where did she come from? So yeah, that
Where did you go?
she was Amy's roommate.
Oh, yeah.
He calls her right here.
That's right.
This is what happens when we watch the videos muted.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And there's a
Sit here and
hawk.
go,
yeah,
what
there's a
happened?
hawk. Hey hawk.
Hawk is
That
badass.
was that's actually foreshadowing for
When you meet-
later in the series in season 12 when we
What
get
do
to
you-
the
when you
talking
find
about?
out that that is actually Alex's trained hawk.
Yeah, it has like a camera. It's like a robo hawk.
Yeah.
it has a camera in its eyes and it's watching their every move.
It used to be a real hawk, but Alex nursed it back to health, gave it cybernetic implants and stuff, and
It actually gets a spin-off series later called Cyberhawk.
yeah. And now we devolve back into the season 1
I
type
think
of commentary.
I think there's money to be made in that idea. I think
Yeah.
we should follow
Well,
that up.
I mean, I really have
I
nothing else
called
to
dibs.
say. I have nothing else to say about this entry. So
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Anyone else that listens
This is
to
really
this,
fun to drive down the throat.
you can't steal Cyberhawk. That is ours.
Yep, we have it on record that Cyberhawk is ours. yeah,
copyrighted.
like in like season 5, Jay's gonna like look above him and be like, "Wait a second," and then we're gonna After Effects the hawk in every single shot prior to that, like retcon it. You're like, "Oh my god!" There's like up here above Alex, you see the hawk circling him. It's like, wait a minute, there's been a hawk in every take. Bum bum bum.
It's like that perception, or not perception, that how observative art.
They're talking about the video with the bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
That video.
Okay.
What?
That.
No, we'll talk about it later. That's something we don't need to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like the shot of when we set the chest camera on the hood of your car up at you a second ago. I like that.
Yeah.
This is probably going to devolve when I don't know anything to say. It's just going to be me being like, I like this shot. It's
I like
pretty.
the way this rock looks over here in the corner.
It's funny that was you were following me this, so you were doing like your secret spy walk behind me. So like we said, wide angle here.
Yeah.
And I was like looking over my shoulder, making sure it's like, where is he? Just so we didn't just randomly have a J there or something.
Yeah. It's like, how
Just
did
like,
he
oh
get
hey,
here?
what are you doing here? Just just making sure you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Troy specifically told me like at this tree line to look up. I don't know if I've already done it. I wasn't actually
I
watching. I
can't
think I did.
remember if you
Or if it even made it. But he was like, think like Jurassic Park, Lost World. Just like look up.
Like,
and-
oh my god.
oh man, it's so big.
Yeah.
So I'm like holding the chest cam and just like,
Did we just stumble across this area here the day we shot it?
I think so. We
Okay.
were looking around for a place for there to be a confrontation, and we found this little like cavern in the bushes,
Yeah.
or the brush or whatever it's called.
The tree woods.
The thing.
The foresty place.
Since you were brown nosing me earlier, I'm gonna brown nose you now and
Oh,
say
yeah.
that your little You did exactly what I wanted you to do here with like falling down and everything and twitching. You have a good finger twitch here. Wait for it. His left hand. Wait.
Wait.
Right there. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Cool.
Totally intentional.
Well, I mean, I told you to twitch, so you
Yeah.
did, so I
Yeah.
guess it was intentional.
Yep. Just for people that don't understand jokes from earlier, there is not going to be a season 12 or even a season 5.
No. We're gonna
Just gonna nip that in the bud right now.
nip it
For
in
all
the
For all those internet debates later, it's like, well, they said on their commentary when they were talking about Cyberhawk.
Sometime we say things that aren't serious. It's like, oh, we should go back and look for Cyberhawk.
I feel like I'm being judged right now because as you were talking about how unserious we were, just the words "look at you" popped up on the screen. Just like we're being judged for our choices.
Here's another
Where'd you
2
get
dark
that
video.
brain?
Here's another 2 dark video that it's a real one. It's mine.
Didn't this come to you in a dream?
Yeah, this is a dream that I had actually.
You are who you are.
Yeah, the words in this came to me in a dream.
You are you.
It sounds really pretentious and everything, but I had a dream that had these words in it, and I was like, I should put this into the art video, I guess.
And that's how we make things.
And that's how things
But who
happen.
are you?
I wish
It's
I could
not the
remember my
words.
dreams.
It's not bad, I guess. You
Yeah.
know.
I love that picture. It looks like massive sideburns. Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
wish I could
What does
remember
that
my
mean? What do
dreams.
those zeros mean?
0 means nothing.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Joseph, is 0 a number?
Oh man. Is 0.99 repeated equal to 1?
No, I asked you a 0 number.
Yeah, I know you did. And I asked you another.
No, it's not equal to 1.
You don't think that
Somewhere there-
0.99 repeated?
Somewhere there were actual mathematicians here just like
Face-
cringing,
yeah,
just
face
like
palming
they
us.
trying not to punch their TV. Or
Oh
they're
my
going to
God.
send us an angry email.
To be fair, I say the same thing to troll my engineering friends all the time. Just like, oh no, because if it was 1, they would just call it 1.
Duh.
Look at me pretending to understand math. I'm fucking terrible at math.
Oh, this is the one where you're calling Jessica
Yep.
when like your questionable motives come. Oh, this is the one where we found out that the wide-angle lens on this camera is
Yeah.
because there's one point because I was just like I guess coaching.
Take a profile
God, that's
picture.
sexy.
I was just getting like coaching
Stealing a
Joseph, I
joke
guess.
from- Oh, that's my watch band. I thought I had a bar armband on my
No.
wrist still. It's like, uh-oh.
Your watch changes a lot, changes colors a lot.
I have multiple bands. I actually have lost that fluorescent orange one, which kind of depresses
I
me.
thought it was pink.
No, it's orange.
It looks pink to me.
Look at that, you just lost a collectible.
I did.
You did. Just a memento of niche cinema history.
Are we gonna-
12 whole people would love to have that.
Shut up.
Well, they can get their own at...
A place.
Okay, so this is where we were drawing. I think in the bloopers they actually have the audio of
Yeah,
this.
Joseph
and I'm
being
just
like-
like, it doesn't look creepy enough. All right, what do I do now? That is how we draw these things.
No, this the audio for this. There is audio in it, but it's just the room tone. I think it's just the room tone audio. I can't really remember.
And
Oh, no,
I ran
no.
out of room.
Yeah, nice getting the R in there.
Eh.
No, it wasn't room tone audio because you can hear you with the Sharpie. But I was like telling you off to the side, like, hey, do this, make a circle with an X in it. Now get a new piece of
No,
paper.
make it more circly. More circly.
You're gonna run out of room. You're gonna run out of room. I told you were gonna
And
run
then I
out of
just
room.
fell down on my knees and I was like, no, spooky shadow.
Ew.
Ooh, looks nice. Joseph had Joseph nailed this. I was like, okay, just lay on the floor,
Yeah,
and he was like,
I take direction very well. Funny story.
Joseph didn't want to do this part right here.
Well, I've watched this entry several times, and it wasn't until like the last time I watched it before this commentary that I actually realized that was the shot of me sitting in front of the door. I couldn't see it. Side note: I'm also blind.
Yeah.
So
Your
yeah,
glasses.
was this the part where, like right here, or was it earlier in the entry
What?
where the wide angle caught you.
Oh no, it was earlier. You were thinking about turning off the light with your foot at one point. You're like,
I do it in real life.
you did. You turn off your light with your foot.
I'm a monkey. I like
That's so
to,
cute. Why didn't you just sleep on the other side of the bed?
I
So
don't
you
know.
could,
I never actually slept with my bed like that.
Uh,
We had to rearrange the room just for this. Sacrifices I make.
yep.
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Our camera messed up.
That happens a lot at the worst times too, when we need to get the best shot.
It's so crazy.
It always messes up. Alex's bed is empty until I get in it.
What?
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh.
Suddenly, the series just became twice as amazing.
Go ahead and throw some fodder to the shippers out there.
To the what?
Using internet terminology,
I've
you wouldn't
never-
understand it.
I've never heard that before.
Ship-
Quit
Shipping.
talking internet.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
Let's not talk internet on non-internet things.
This was on the internet to begin with. Oh, look.
This original shot right here had a mystery fella at the door when Joseph opened it, but we could not get it. We could not make the shot to where it wasn't hilarious.
There were so many. Even
I think
after
I
we
actually
just,
got to see a couple of those where it was basically just he opens the door and then he's just standing there going like.
And then he runs away.
I don't remember if it actually made it into the blooper reel, but there was one where I go running after him. This was after we decided how we were going to have Mystery Fella standing like downstairs.
Yeah, originally he was right there in front of the storm door staring at him, and Joseph was like, "Oh my god!" And then they
Yeah,
said-
it just looks too contrived.
it
for me
looked
to
like he was
come
just
back.
standing at his door, like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?"
But I went running after him. I come back in here. I grab the camera. I go back out, and then I remember I forgot something. I can't remember what it was that I was supposed to be carrying, or maybe I grabbed like the wrong camera or something. like that.
No, you couldn't find the camera.
Oh,
because you
yeah,
put it-
that was
because
a-
you put it behind the couch. You were like, "Oh my god, I have to go and grab my camera." And then you just kind of like
I come
shrug.
in and I look around. I'm digging. I'm like,
Well,
I think I deleted that one, so it didn't make it into the blooper reel.
oh, that's a shame because
Too
that
bad.
was comedy gold.
We got was this our first encounter with the quote unquote cops out here?
I think so.
This was like our apartments were this, which is like Alex's apartment was the apartment that Joseph and I lived in. Behind it, there is like kind of a business area owned by the same people. It's like a corporate office area, and that's what we were running through right here.
They
so
are-
by
or
cops you mean some dude in a truck.
No, cops. I mean like the security of for like the corporate.
So yeah,
offices.
some dude.
Yeah,
in a-
some dude in a truck.
Some dude in a sedan.
And we were like, I can't remember what we were doing, but he just like rolled up and he was like, and we
He was
like,
like,
had the
"Get
costume
out."
and
We were
everything.
actually like taking a break, trying to decide what we were going to shoot, and we were just like derping around.
Yeah.
Probably saying something very
Stupid.
terrible.
Yeah.
For anyone to just come up and hear out of context, and he did.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys need to get out here because people like have been breaking in and blah blah blah." So we just went back to the apartment, hung out for like 30 minutes, and came back out.
And we came back out and just kept doing it. These are woods behind a cemetery.
and it was like pitch black.
Pitch black.
The the light that you see there that enables you to see anything is actually the light from
Your cell
my
phone
cell phone
sitting
screen.
right because there's one take where where Tim took that rock and actually hit your cell phone with it.
And you look, that was the most terrified / shocked you actually looked. And that take almost got ruined because we both heard that crack, and then we both just kind of looked at each other like, and it took me a second to react before I could actually just keep going. But for a second there was a pause that was just slightly longer than it needed to be because I was just like, I'm so sorry about your phone.
The phone survived. It did not survive the pool, but it survived.
Oh,
the
was that
woods.
the phone you had in your pocket when you jumped in the pool?
I think so. I'm not
You're
sure.
so smart.
Why do swim trunks have pockets? Huh? Tell me that.
For things that are waterproof.
Shut up.
Okay.
To put cookies in.
This is actually our first encounter with the real cops. in
What? Oh
this
yeah,
entry.
I can't believe you forgot about that.
I don't think it was the same night, but it was like really close by then.
Yeah.
Can't tell you all the details, but long story short, the cops showed up and be like, "Hey, we heard some guys were out here with like flashlights and stuff."
Well, how it looked from the outside was once I go in to the apartment with the flashlight, like all the lights are off, so all you could see was like flashlight lights like on the like coming out of the main window, so like it looked like someone was robbing the place.
The weird thing is, like, when we explain to them, it's like, oh yeah, we're filming something. We actually use this terminology, filming something
We
for
actually
the
told the
internet.
truth for once.
Filming for the internet. They
And
were
they were so nice.
they were the most receptive of any like authority figures we've ever had to deal with. They were like, oh okay,
Yeah, they
cool.
like thought it was cool.
They were like, is anyone else here? And it's like, just our friend. Like, as Tim is like stumbling down the hallway without pants on, because Tim.
Yeah. Oh, he's wacky.
Man, if I had $1 for all the times that Tim doesn't have his pants on in our
Yeah.
apartment,
You would have about $3.
Yeah, no.
No, that'd be more like 5. But who's counting?
But it just so happens that one of those times there were police at the door, like
Yeah.
legit police, not some dude in a truck.
Yeah.
But they were totally okay with it, and we're like, oh, okay. They were super nice.
Oh, so that book right there on your desk, it was just like one of your like old textbooks or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it? That like belonged to your grandfather.
Yeah, my grandfather gave me like his whole musical library of all the textbooks because he was a professor, and that just happened to be on my shelf.
Yeah. I thought it looked creepy, so I put it on there. What
Thanks, Grandpa.
Tim and I were at the thrift store about like a month
Oh yeah,
or
we
so
find
ago
like the vinyl albums that went with that book.
Really?
at the
Yeah.
thrift store.
That's
yeah,
pretty crazy.
Because I
We
was,
didn't
I was
buy it,
thinking
though.
about buying it, but we were buying so much other stuff already that $5 was just too much.
Too
I think it
much.
was more like $2.50, but still.
There's a lot of records.
Also, Snark. Hey, Jay.
you forgot your flashlight.
Oh, man.
This is where the cops came. Was right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was after this. Because, all the lights are off and there's a flashlight
Yeah.
going around. Not to mention someone coming in with a flashlight
Yeah.
and everything.
For someone who left their door open. Like stupid.
Yep. We're
Yeah. I don't think,
surprisingly, though, not as many run-ins with the police this season as the first. Even though we were shooting in... No, I guess we weren't shooting in more places we shouldn't have been.
I think it's about the same. Maybe
Yeah.
less. Yeah.
But,
There's less trespassing in this one.
yeah.
Jay's 3 arms.
Yeah.
Can I clear the air with that?
Yeah.
The flashlight is under my arm.
Yeah.
Like I had it like under my arm, so my other hand,
That's
my
not like-
other hands were free.
That's not trickery or anything.
No,
that is
like-
just, that's something that can happen in real life, believe
Yeah.
it or not.
I put the flashlight under my arm, so I had both my hands free, so I could open the door and grab the key at the same time. Movie magic.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Also, just in case,
Just in case you forgot, we have a reason for this key now.
Yep.
I don't think we did when we first got it.
Not that we would have some kind of throwaway plot device or anything.
never.
Oh yeah, random thing that I remembered. In that scene with myself in the forest with
That scene with you and The Rock.
and the Rock. Yes. Some people they came to the conclusion that I was trying to hit Alex in the face with said rock and missed. I might be a fairly inept villain, but I'm not that inept. It was more of a symbolic thing, like,
Intimidation.
hey, do you remember this? You should be afraid.
I'd like to believe that that's the same rock from earlier.
A lot of other people like to believe that too. It's
That-
not literally the same rock, but you can you can say whatever you want.
The Rock. The
It's
Rock.
The
That Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
played by The Rock.
Okay, after this is released and you guys are listening to the commentary, someone please immediately go to the computer and Photoshop Tim holding Dwayne The Rock Johnson's head.
No, go through every single video and like make Dwayne The Rock Johnson's face on The Rock no matter what, like throughout the entire video floating.
We will sign whatever you want if
Right.
you do that for us.
Challenge.
We will
There you go.
sign your face if you
challenge.
do
The
that.
gauntlet has been
Thrown down
thrown. I don't know.
It's
Is
been
that what
dropped
it is?
on the floor.
and kicked around.
Thrown
neglected
around in a
fashion.
hissy fit. Funny story about this entry.
We have a lot of funny stories about these
Yeah,
interviews.
because I'm a funny guy.
No, you're not. Just tell the story.
Okay. When we were doing this, originally Alex comes up and just like,
Oh yeah.
hey, in this, I push Jay away.
Yeah.
Like, into the parking lot. Originally, I was pushing him into his car.
Like the first 3 takes.
Then, after 3 takes or so, I look over there and I notice, I'm like, I don't think those dents were there before we started. and apparently Troy's car is made out of like cardboard or something,
like aluminum foil.
because the slightest tap. Not that I was.
You were pushing me pretty hard.
I'm a big,
into the
strong
car.
man. Don't get me wrong. I
mean, I told you to push me like you were mad, so you did.
And any chance to abuse Troy, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But we were actually causing damage to his car, so we had to modify it just a little bit.
Modify it in that you don't push me into the car anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, we just changed it to where you just grab the back of my head and just put my head through the window.
People thought that this sounded a little too scripted, which I don't agree with.
I think it sounds good.
It was one
I
of the,
disagree because we wrote down nothing.
there actually was not a script for this. This was
Are
one
you
of those
sure?
things. Yeah, this was a bullet point type thing.
Oh yeah, I mean it wasn't a real script, but we knew like how
Yeah.
we needed to get
Which is how we do most of the
things that don't involve
Fine.
Jesse.
so, there are houses like right past that tree line, so they all heard me yelling at Jay.
Played by Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
This was definitely one of the most fun to shoot, I think.
It was really fun to shoot. It may not be people didn't think it was the most fun to watch, I guess, but it was really fun to shoot because we were behind. We were like expecting to get caught at any minute.
Yeah.
At least I was. I don't know about you.
I was just enjoying pushing you around.
Up until like maybe an hour before we
That
shot
looked
this.
good. I love that.
Up until the point, man, we were just really masturbatory with this commentary this time. We're like, man, it looks awesome. Yeah.
I love the thing you did with that.
Hey, we told people at the end of season 1 that season 2 was going to be awesome, so we have to,
Talk about how awesome we are. Duh.
Come on.
What was I going to say? Crap. Oh, yeah. Up until about an hour before we shot this, we had absolutely no fucking clue how we were going to get the keys from Alex to, or like, not how we're going to get the keys, how we're going to get the number, Jessica's number. And then like an hour before we left, I was just like, okay, hear me out. What if Jay turns into a 5-year-old, takes the keys and throws them in the car and locks it?
It actually worked well because I think you got to let out some pent up aggression about how insufferable you think it is that I have my keys on my belt loop all the time. Because that's something I do in real life. Just because I don't know if you noticed, but I have a lot of shit on my keys.
Yeah, a lot.
I really like that part too.
Pick up your fucking
It's
keys.
such a dick move. It's finally Jay gets the better of Alex.
Yay.
And it's awesome.
And he just walks away with his tail between his legs.
Okay, this is the part where Jay throws his keys on the ground.
There are a couple of takes where I actually say something back like afterwards, but it felt right just to have Alex just be like,
I don't like you anymore.
"You got the better of me this time, but you just wait."
You may have won the battle, but the war's not over yet.
But yeah, I have a bunch of crap on my keys, so I can't just toss them in my pocket. So I have them on my belt loop, and Troy hates it.
Anytime Joseph is holding the camera, you just hear. Here we are.
Pretty sweet poker face you just had there.
Here we are in scenic our driveway
Yeah.
with I think this is where I'm calling Jessica. This was on the
Just
day.
making random faces at the camera.
This is on the day that we shot the last entry. I think the first
Was it?
attempt at the last entry. So yeah, this is before Jesse left. This is like the last thing we shot because
oh yeah,
Jesse is actually in her car right in front of my car. Like if you could see out the windshield, you would see the back of her car and her in it talking to me. So this is one of the times that the phone call actually happened.
Yeah, this
ruining
is,
the illusion.
yeah. Well, that's the commentary.
That's the commentary.
I don't think we've actually said this like on the internet anywhere. We've said it a couple times live. The reason we had to shoot all this end stuff at like one time, other than we didn't want to waste Jesse's time.
Yeah.
And we had to shoot it way earlier than we had expected. She was going to London for 6 months to
Yeah, she was
study
going to-
abroad.
yeah, study
so
abroad.
we would have lost someone that had to be there to
Yeah.
tie it all together. So we shot this, entry 47 when we didn't actually shoot a lot of the stuff after it.
I think we shot this before we what?
Nothing.
I think we shot the entry before this. Oh, wait, no. Wait, not the entry before us, but the beginning of this entry with the fight and everything. That was
Yeah.
even after we shot this.
Yeah, I think maybe the entry before that too.
I can't really remember. Whichever one has the voicemail,
Yeah.
Jessica's voicemail greeting thing, because I had to. That was the last thing she did before she left, was she had to like call me and leave her voicemail message on my voicemail.
Yep. Which is how we do all of the voicemails.
Yep.
We're ingenious.
Movie magic.
Yeah.
I
So
look
we
kind
should-
of excited. I'm talking to a girl.
a little bit less awkward this time,
Yeah, I guess so.
which is weird because this is before you get awkward, so you actually regress in your social
Well,
skills.
I get awkward in the fact that I thought Jay thinks he's never seen her before, so yeah. I guess he's...
And also the whole I don't remember the last 7 months of my life thing.
Yeah, that makes awkward stuff happen too, I guess. Yeah. Is the really long one next? No, it's not. I like that we don't refer to them by numbers. We refer to them as the really long
That really
ones.
long one.
Oh, I know 50 is a really long one.
Yeah.
Here's how I was acting. Let me explain it to you real quick.
Oh man.
Foreshadowing.
Why, Jay? Why shouldn't you have called her? I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
All right.
48. I think we're making good time here, you know.
Yeah, we're making good time, and the time is moving linearly, and we've been recording throughout the entire.
Shut
thing.
up with your time science, boy.
Man.
I don't want to hear none
Tom.
of that bullshit.
Imagine 4 balls on the edge of the floor. That's it. That you'll get that.
There were,
after you watch all the stuff on the DVD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for explaining the joke.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. In case you didn't understand it.
I think this was at like 8 in the morning. Where were we going? We were going to shoot something.
No, I think I had work before, or like right after this or something. Oh no,
Was it before this?
I think I had work like that afternoon, and we had to shoot all this stuff real fast, so we got up
remember.
really early.
Yeah, I think we shot all this on the same day, I think.
It actually worked well for the little park thing because that's when everyone goes and does the little jog before they go to work. So it made
Yeah.
it seem like everyone's okay. I guess I don't know.
I don't really know
the
what you're
world
saying.
isn't going to hell.
Oh,
There-
okay, yeah.
There are actually people. It goes back to that whole like I like it when there's a car driving by kind of thing.
Joseph's a simpleton.
Yeah.
I like it when I see cars drive by.
I like
I
it.
like when there's other people.
It's not that I'm a simpleton, it's that I feel so alone in this world, and just that fleeting contact with other people makes me
Fleeting contact of seeing a person in a car drive
feel,
by.
yes, I'm not alone in the world after all.
Yay.
Oh, and then everything got a little sadder.
Yep. This commentary just got a little bit more depressing.
Just bringing it down.
Yep. Bringing me down, bro.
Bro.
There's not really much to say about this part other than Joseph is walking with his keys out, of course.
Yep.
There were several times when there were continuity errors because you, for some reason, even though you always walk around with your keys on your pants, you wouldn't have them on.
Yeah, for some reason I would think, oh wait, I better put these keys in my pocket this time. And then, later we'd be like, oh, shit.
Jay is behind the car here, looking around. He's not on the side. A lot of people thought that he was like on the side and being the worst like stalker of all time. It's like maybe if I hide beside this car. No, you're wrong. That's all I need to.
You're wrong.
That's all I need to say about that. Although walking on the loud, crunchy leaves is probably not a good idea either. So either Jay is really bad at sneaking on people, or Joseph or Alex is really oblivious to everything around him.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Yep. Look at you just prancing through those briars.
I don't think you caught it on camera, but I'm like getting caught and being like, oh, no.
Oh no, it hurts. Joseph is a delicate flower.
I am.
And then I had to do it too, but you had cleared it out with all the other takes.
It's all right. It's what you do with spider webs for me.
Oh yeah. I guess we should tell that.
Yeah, because that's a real interesting story. Troy walks into spider webs a lot.
Yeah.
End of the story.
Fine, fuck you, we're just gonna have silence.
It's funny. You actually you hit all the spider webs even when I'm walking in front.
Yep.
I am immune to spider webs.
See, there's
somehow.
more to the story.
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah, more to the story, but it still doesn't get any more interesting.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, this whole. I can't remember if this take. Oh wait, no, it's entry 50 that we woke up really really early for that one part.
Everything is early.
I don't know if this was really early.
No, this was.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that.
Because
I remember-
his failures.
I'm pretty sure every time we were on this trail, it was really early in the morning. because we came there early, just me and you, and then we also came there really early with Jesse.
Yeah. Okay. Marble Hornets commentary season 2 is just Joseph and Troy forgetting things.
Yeah, trying to remember how stuff
Things that aren't really that important.
so we can try to be informative and just fail completely.
Yeah. I think we've been pretty informative thus far.
We're not talking about combos.
That's true.
Shit.
I wish I had some combos right now.
Shut up.
I think this is where we had the branch breaking.
Yeah.
Because we spent a good hour after shooting this, just picking up random branches and hitting them on trees to make spooky.
Did
sudden
that
noises.
make it into the blooper reel? The steak that just
Oh
kept breaking?
man!
Did you forget that one?
Yeah, I did. I forgot that.
We might need to send that in.
Maybe.
So it may or may not be on the blooper
If it's
reel.
not on the blooper reel, I will put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
I'll just have it as a advertisement for the DVD, specifically the DVD blooper reel. It's like, hey, watch the blooper reel and you'll see things like Joseph hitting a stick on a tree.
Some
Without
wacky things like this.
Yeah, without actually explaining it, just in case it's not on the blooper reel. It's funny. You'll see it. Don't worry about it. It's
Great.
fine.
You say actually a lot.
Actually.
Actually, you say actually a lot.
Oh.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Indubitably. That's a fun word. I don't have anything else to say about this entry.
It's just,
That's
oh
what you
man.
get for so much woods footage.
Oh man, we were so awesome filming this because the chest cam was also filming. So later when it's like, oh my god, people actually were like, wow, they did a really good job syncing that up. Yeah, because it was
actually
rolling at the
quite
same
nice.
time.
Yeah. It's cool.
Those two cameras, both of them function. Hey, there's a guy.
There's a guy who may or may not be in things later. Yeah. Who knows? It could be him, or it could just be some guy in a white shirt. I guess we'll never know. Yeah. It is. It's a mystery.
That's a seat.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I've noticed that too. Along with watching season 2 straight through again, I've noticed that there's 2 shots that happen a lot. Is walking through the woods, and my camera sitting in the passenger seat. Those happen a lot. If you want to have a drinking game, just chug whenever there's walking through the woods.
Let's not kill our families.
Chug whenever you're in the woods, and just finish your drink whenever there's a shot of the passenger seat.
Unless you're underage, then you shouldn't be drinking.
Then you should be doing
We
it.
would never condone underage drinking.
I never meant to do this to the ARC video, but I did it anyway because I was bored one night.
At work?
No, this is not at work. This is actually in my room.
Oh, okay.
I found a static channel on my TV and just kind of pointed the camera at it.
Who was that guy?
Oh, some dude.
Mr.
I kind of wanted to have it as a, I guess, kind of a trailer for the next entry since we were really proud of it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think we had shot it yet when I made that 2 art entry. We were confident that it was going to be
Did you
great.
make that before the last entry?
I can't remember.
Because if you did, yes. If not, no. Because everything with...
That sounds like a word problem
Yeah.
and math, and I'm not good at that.
Them maths, what's is difficult?
Them maths is a sin.
Oh, man. Look at this fella with his chest cam
Look at this dude.
and his keys. When will he ever learn not to put them on his belt?
Were you actually recording this
Yes.
when we were shooting the previous? Shut up. When we were actually shooting the last entry, the previous entry. So this is from that day too. Okay, I was pretty sure we made
Another beautiful day in Alabama. God, those crystal blue skies.
Oh, look at that.
That slightly off green color of the foliage.
Foliage.
Whatever.
You are not good at the words.
I am off tonight. Whatever. You guys are just going to have to deal with it.
Deal with it, man.
You get increased quality in commentary for decreased quality in actual speaking. That was actually really hard for me to say. I stumbled right through that too.
So
God,
you
how to make the English words.
forgot to make the word with the tongue lips. You haven't said a whole lot, Tim.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I
look
mean,
pretty tired.
Yeah, you look really tired. Your eyes look a little bloodshot.
don't judge me. Well, I also
Because it isn't past your bedtime, Timmy.
Yeah,
Tims.
well, I also haven't tackled anything in several entries, so there's not a whole lot for me to say other than, oh yeah, they told me about this time that they shot a few weeks ago, and
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
guess you weren't here
I'm,
for
I'm
this.
sure they had fun. They didn't tell me. I was probably, in school or something, being
Or just
doing
sitting around
something
your-
boring.
Sitting around with
While they
Tree
were
Dog, being bored.
Yeah, just touching that dog on the face.
Just sitting around doing your trigonometry,
If only
math,
That makes it sound like you really
Compute-
into
computer
trigonometry.
math.
Yeah.
So
So let's talk about Chris some,
Chris
since you know him.
is a nice fella that I worked with.
Chris
on my job.
is get murdered guy, by the way. That's
He,
Get
se-
murdered.
he seems like a real puddins.
yeah.
He is so nice. He told me back when I worked with him, and that was like a year before we shot this. He's like, "Hey man, if you ever need an extra or anything, if you need someone to die in Marble Hornets, I'm your guy." I was, I was just kind of humoring him. I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, Chris, whatever," because we get that a lot when someone we know gets into Marble Hornets. They're like, "You should put me in that," and it's kind of weird because you never know what to say.
Yeah.
But this was one of those times where we were trying to think, it's like, we really want Alex to be as psychotic as possible to really show that he has gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
And what better way to do that?
To have him kill him.
Kill a man.
guy. So I call up Chris, and I hadn't talked to him in a few months. I was like, "Hey, Chris, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, dude," because Chris is like the nicest guy in the
Yeah.
world. I challenge you to find a nicer guy, and you will fail.
I love nice people. Let's kill them.
But I was like, "Hey, you want to die?" And he was like, "What?" I was like, "In Marble Hornets." Like, heck yeah. So, this was like the night before, or like the 2 nights before
Yeah,
I
it
had
wasn't-
called him.
It was very, very short notice.
And he was like, "Yeah, sure,
You
I'll
said
do
the
that."
night before you called him?
No, the night before we shot this.
Okay.
I might have said that. I don't know. I'm terrible at talking tonight. So, but anyway, we got out there and we didn't tell him exactly what all we were planning to do.
Because
And
we didn't know either.
Like
really.
when we got there, we were like, we just told him like get a nondescript shirt.
Yeah.
And so he did. And we're like, once he got there, I was like, "Do you have a shirt you don't mind getting dirty?" And he was like, I guess.
Was it really muddy in here that day, or was it really dusty?
It was dusty.
Yeah, it was dusty.
It had some wet parts, but we weren't actually in those puddles that had probably been there for weeks.
Yeah.
Because this might have actually been during like a drought. It was during
I
summer.
just shrugged, by the way. I don't know.
But anyway, it doesn't particularly matter. But he got killed on camera like a champ.
Yep. He was very willing to
Yeah.
be killed in whatever manner.
The only problem is his struggling sounds, because he's such a nice guy. Everything he does sounds nice.
Yeah.
So it's like when I charge at him, I'm like, grab him by the throat. He's like, "Whoa, man!"
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And I was like,
Don't
Chris,
touch me that way, man.
I was like, "Chris, I love you, fella, but you need to be a little more scared than that.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, guy, let's get you."
That was good timing. Hey, guy! There was a lot more blood originally.
Yeah.
And then we were like,
Nah.
Nah.
which is the same reason why we didn't actually show you killing him.
Yeah.
'Cause we
Other
were
than the
like-
fact that people are like, "Oh man, they just didn't want to show how bad it looked." It didn't look bad. It's just that Jay wouldn't put up a guy getting straight up murdered on YouTube. Also, YouTube definitely wouldn't let you have a guy being straight up
Yeah.
murdered on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of course, they probably, if it was real,
Yeah.
let it on there, period. But there are certain degrees of suspension of disbelief. So
Yeah. We had to do this twice. I can't remember why.
each time the camera angle was freaking terrible.
Yeah. Speaking of passenger seat camera angles.
Yeah. And this is actually probably one of the worst, but it worked. Whatever.
I can't remember what.
What?
It was. Oh yeah, we can see the words now. And now we're not talking because
Yeah.
we're too busy reading.
What happened?
Oh man.
Well, it helps both of us. There's a body.
Hey Jay, I just killed a guy. You're
You
next.
did what? I said we should hang out sometime.
Yeah. Totally. I can't remember what you said. Oh, you said like meet me tomorrow. You were saying like meet me tonight or something.
Yeah.
You were saying something wrong.
And this, my friends, is the precursor to that walking through creepy storytelling thing. Wasn't it?
Wait, what?
That little phone call, that was supposed to precede that entry
With the story.
like,
Oh yeah.
in terms of the timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go. There's your tie-in.
I want to say thanks to Tim for coming out randomly to the road outside his
I
apartment.
don't think I've seen this To the Ark video.
Oh yeah, the road next to the place where I live.
Yeah.
So it took me all of 2 minutes to walk over there.
Yeah, I was just like, hey,
Do you want to put on your mask and walk?
yeah. Happy 50th anniversary, Puddin'.
Shut the fuck up. You never look me in the eyes anymore.
Well, you're ugly. It's
Yeah.
been 50 years. You've gotten old and saggy.
I'm tired of looking at your bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ew.
man.
I want to see none of your business.
This is a 14-minute entry.
Yep. This is the longest entry to date.
Yeah.
Was the last entry?
I think the last entry is a little bit longer.
So that's the longest entry to date.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it from when this was originally posted
To
it was-
this date.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not
To
not
that-
an interesting record.
to that date what was there.
So like
The
also
longest, except what that other one was, what we made
So-
later on.
so it's also the most recent one to that date, and it's also the highest number to that date. Yeah.
Oh man.
There is a-
every day I wake up I set a new record for consecutive days alive.
I can't remember if I used the take in this one or not, but when I'm leaving the voicemail for Jessica, I think it's right when it cuts in to this take. The car driving by had someone either talking to the person they're driving with really loudly, or they were yelling at me because they
Get
saw
off the phone while you're sitting there. You're being
get off the
dangerous.
phone while you're not driving. Like, you know, driving by me, seeing my camera up on the top of my car. But it sounds like either he's yelling at me or he's talking to someone in the car with him really loudly, and it sounds like someone drives by and goes, woohoo!
No, woohoo!
So it's like,
It's early Kyler.
oh man, raise him! So that was not a very good early Kyler impression.
That was
I
terrible.
am sorry, unknown Henson.
Oh man, I couldn't do that. Oh wait, this is a continuity error too.
Is it?
The window's not cracked.
Oh
It's
yeah.
cracked later. Sorry guys. Our
We're just
bad.
having all kinds of window problems.
Oh wait, no. That was later. This
Oh,
is,
that's not.
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
us walking to the woods
That's not the same
for
day.
Alex's creepy time.
Again, Marble Hornets.
Ha!
Member Hornets. Season 2 commentary. Us forgetting things.
Yep.
Timmy better not fall asleep.
I wasn't gonna.
Just
You
so
look-
you guys know.
I was about to point out the whole, the whole issue with that sweater that Joseph's wearing in there.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
a good
completely
story.
forgot. You want to tell it, or do you want us to tell it?
I wasn't there.
Okay. So it comes time to shoot this, and it's like the day we're going out to shoot,
Yeah.
and we're getting all the clothes together and everything.
And since it's the continuation of whichever entry has the Alex's ghost story in it, it's before, like the before and after or whatever of that day. He needs to be wearing the same thing,
yeah.
like the exact same thing,
Yeah.
or else it's not going to make any sense whatsoever. So
And we are big on continuity.
obviously,
My
but
zipper is down. I had it up in the first one. Sorry, guys. Messed it up again.
so yeah, you can continue on then.
So I'm like, Troy is at work, I think, or something, and like we had to get it done real fast. So I'm getting everything together, and I just say to Troy, "We have a problem." And
No, I just like nicely reminded you, like offhand, like, oh, make sure you have that jacket, that hoodie to put on because it's what you're wearing.
Yeah. Well, we have a
Without
problem. The problem being, at some point between when we moved from our old apartment, where we had shot all the apartment stuff for this season, to our house, I don't know where that thing went, like at all.
It just
And
vanished.
it's not a hoodie that is made by that company anymore.
It was
so
one
we-
of those like it's made a year. And
It's
that's
like
it.
a seasonal thing. Like this
Yeah.
is the one time you can get it or whatever. And so you couldn't order it from the website or anything. So we had to like go on this great sweater hunt
Yeah.
online to find it. And like the only
I was
ones.
so pissed at you. I was so mad.
I know. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
So like we're looking on eBay and everywhere we can find it. And the only ones we could find were either a small or an extra large.
Yeah.
I think at the very end we found a large. I
Yeah.
wear a medium, and luckily, my girlfriend, she worked at the store where I bought this, and I went up as she's our fashion consultant, I guess.
Sure.
Now,
Whatever.
I was
She's in the
like,
special things.
yeah, I was just like, hey, which would look closer to a medium, a small or a large? She's like, neither, but go with a small. So we did. So the entire shoot was delayed a little bit. Also, the reason this is blurred out, I'm wearing my glasses here, and for some reason during Alex's creepy time, I wasn't.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
Oh well. I mean, this camera has focus problems anyway.
Yeah.
So
Not even like
it's going to be
Canon.
really bad when we go on to making like actual narrative stuff where we can't conveniently blur things out. We don't
Yeah.
want people to see.
Yeah, we'll just have to get good, I guess.
Yeah, like that'll ever happen.
Oh well.
I like that
Bye.
wave. Bye. And
See you later.
Jay's just like, yeah, I've had great experiences in the woods by myself. I'll just go.
Just gonna do some forest stuff. Just don't wait up for me. Just gonna speak to the tree spirits.
God, you look so tired, Tim.
Don't judge me.
I'm going to.
God, you're so boring.
Just for you at home. We're doing this at like 2 in the morning right now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Trying to power straight through because season 1 commentary took us until like 6:30,
yeah.
7 in the morning.
It was a great drive home.
We
but
started about the same time, so we're hoping to knock it out a little bit quicker, even though this season is actually longer.
This commentary has just gotten really meta.
Yeah.
Like it's commentary about doing commentary.
Oh man.
It would
Weird.
be even more meta if we just recorded commentary over this commentary about us
Oh,
doing commentary.
Yeah.
There's some. Oh, this is the one where you walk through the woods for a while, right?
Fuck you.
Is it bad that I don't even know if like that's sarcasm or if that's actual commentary at this point?
I don't
Like,
know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, look, there you are.
There's a guy.
You can talk about yourself now.
Oh, okay.
How tiring this was.
Well, this was also, right smack in the middle of my school is killing me, therefore I'm going to be smoking a lot habit. So basically, anytime the camera wasn't rolling, I'm leaning against a tree going, oh, God. So, yeah, that's pretty much, that pretty much sums up this day.
For some reason, I really wanted whoever was watching this to know that I was out of breath. So I kind of overacted the being out of breath thing.
Man.
I was tired, but I wasn't like dying like it sometimes sounds like in this one. Also, in that area back there was a take of me.
Oh yeah, you like fell down or
Yeah.
tripped or something.
Yeah, I was trying to make it look like I was just like barely keeping up with you, so I was like tripping over stuff, and so like as I was running, I saw like a root sticking out of the ground. So I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna hit my foot on that, stumble a little bit. I hit it and go face first into the fucking ground, like with the camera rolling and everything.
Fun little piece of little extra trivia here. Well, first of all, the inside of this tunnel is slippery as hell anyway because there was mud and everything. But second of all, I've been wearing the exact same pair of shoes since we started shooting, like way back 2 years ago or whatever.
Joseph and I just looked at Tim's feet.
It's been the same pair of shoes. I've gotten to where I can only wear them for this because they have holes in the bottoms and there is no traction left. So basically, I'm trying to sprint through this tunnel as fast as I can with these shoes that have literally no traction left. They're just smooth on the bottom.
I'm pretty sure I almost.
It wouldn't be Marble Hornets if you weren't miserable. So
Pretty much.
It was kind of funny to see. It was just like me chasing Tim through this, like up to this tunnel, and then like as we got inside the tunnel, we all got really careful and like tiptoed through it.
It's
to
like
make sure
he
we
has to
didn't
point
slip.
the camera at the ground because otherwise you just see me going dip, 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 dip,
Yeah, just like
across.
tiptoeing through the tulips through the tunnel. That was a fun shot, getting me just kind of sitting there. I like that shot. I'm kind of a big fan of. Well, I don't know if I'm a big fan of like shots that linger like that, but I like it when they can linger. You can see the characters' inner struggle.
Oh man.
I was really tired too. I was actually catching my breath.
I wanted a second.
wanted to sit
I
down.
needed a breather.
There's also lots of bad swear words written on the ground out there that we had to cover up with
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah, we just threw dirt on him. Or just like, hang on a minute. And I just started picking up chunks of like dirt and grass and just going.
I don't think you could even see it anyway.
Better safe than dicks.
So then we probably.
Dicks
What time is
everywhere.
it? Well, see, after that, we spent about 20 minutes just like throwing clods of dirt at the ground. Just like, oh, there's something else we could cover up.
We turned into like
What's one of
12-year-olds
those, like,
again playing in the
Yeah.
dirt.
Like,
like
what is
to-
it? Like North Side runs this or something. Whatever that. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
There's the graffiti at the end of the tunnel.
Oh
like
yeah, it's
rival
for like
high
it's for
school.
like a high school or
Yeah,
something.
I
And
can't remember
under
the
it
name of
says
it.
like "fuck those guys" or something.
No, you're a butthole.
No, you are.
I like that shirt that I'm wearing. It's comfy.
Quality commentary here. That shirt is nice.
This is the part where I climb into the car and drive away.
God, I wish we were that good.
What? Oh,
Yes.
for okay, yeah. Nice job taking your beads down out of
Yeah.
your car.
I'm a bit of an LSU fan, just
Little
a
bit.
tad, just a little bit.
Look at me keeping that license plate out of the frame.
and and I have to take so much shit down from my car.
Whenever we
just
have to
LSU
show it.
memorabilia everywhere and hide it away during it, which isn't too hard because my car is filthy all the time anyway.
I just found that shirt that I'm wearing a few days ago. I'm really happy because it's a good shirt. My pants are still wet
Who
with
cares
beer.
about your shirt?
There's
man?
your fault.
There's still beer on my pants.
That is entirely your fault and nothing to do with me at all whatsoever.
Go touch
Other
a
than you're an
butt.
alcoholic.
Touch a butt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here we are in walking through an apartment.
Locking myself in with
least there are no
whatever might
trees
be
in
here. Huh, funny thing, that actually is just what our living room looks like all the
Yeah,
time.
we weren't in the we were in the process of moving. At least in Joseph's room,
Or
that's what
wait-
the boxes are for.
Was it this entry or another one where we were actually messing up that? And I just like, oh no, it was at the nighttime shot where I'm chasing mystery fella through, and I just like flipped the table on a whim and just shattered.
Oh
some
yeah, I
glass.
forgot about that.
Oh
when you-
yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that entry like 10 back.
I just remembered. No, sometimes I get a little
Eyes.
over exuberant.
You saw the camera blur there for a second when I was looking at that box before I moved that piece of paper over it. Joseph drew a little picture on that box of like two stickmen with hearts, or like no, it was you
No.
killing me.
Yeah, I drew a stickman laying on the ground, like, oh no. And then one on top of it, and Troy was like, oh, you're drawing like us embracing. And then I drew a knife in the hand of the guy over him, and then the caption, oh no. And then I did a little heart around it. It's really sweet. But
Because
it
Joseph
really would
draws
not,
us embracing a lot.
but it really would not have
Lighter, no big deal.
really been a good thing to have.
He's gonna burn the tapes.
Yeah.
I do kind of like how Jay's sifting through this stuff. Just like, okay, crazy drawing, more crazy drawings, no big deal.
Oh, tape.
I mean,
what
he's
is
pretty-
implied to be drawers filled with drawings?
He's he's pretty accustomed to this by now. You think?
Whatever.
Maybe.
He's
Yeah.
seen it all before.
Dude, I've seen some shit, man. Then he just jumps off the balcony. Who cares? There's a guy in the apartment under that one that was talking incredibly loudly on his cell phone.
Yeah, he moved
During one
in
of
like
these
towards the end of
Yeah.
our tenure there, and
Yeah,
it,
boy,
it
I
became
tell you
almost
what.
impossible to shoot
Here's-
outside.
Here we are again in scenic our driveway at the new house. Like 2 weeks later, once we moved out of that apartment, because you can see the fence back. Yeah,
Yeah,
This was like 2 weeks later, huh?
yeah,
Cool.
just in case.
Yeah. Here's Jay actually being prepared here for. Yeah.
Whatever. For losing his memory.
Yeah.
of the
Just in
last
case.
months.
He's
'Cause it's-
starting to get that feeling.
Because forgetting things is something that's happened before.
Yeah.
So
Once or
you know,
twice.
better safe than sorry. Oh man, we're almost done, guys.
We're almost
This is
to
crazy.
the very last entry.
We're on the penultimate one,
I'm so excited.
Ugh.
I'm so excited.
and I just can't hide it.
Shut up. Okay.
Entry 51.
What happens in this one again?
Only the best stuff. Well, I mean,
Oh.
This is Brian.
Oh,
I don't mean to be all gushy and everything, but like,
It's
honestly,
okay. It's okay. Brown knows Brian. It's not like he's here.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
I wish he was.
I didn't get to see this footage until much later, but Brian really just nailed this.
No, that's the thing. Like, we have poked fun at Brian a lot. To his face, too. This isn't like we're being sneaky about it or anything like that.
Brian's just a big old piece of horse shit. Tell you what, man. That's what we would always say. He was horse shit hate.
But anyway, so...
That was a really fake laugh. Fuck both of you.
But no,
Mine
that
wasn't
was
fake.
actually real. You just don't know me.
Anyway.
But getting back to the story at hand, we've always poked fun at Brian about like those early scenes, especially like I think it's like 7 or whatever in the car.
Yeah.
Where it's like all the non-scripted stuff sounds fantastic, but as soon as we get on script, it's like bam, you can tell.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we do that stuff too. But
we were all like that way back then.
so coming in here, we were a little bit nervous because this is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
This entry, but Brian knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah, he
to use that phrase twice in one night.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was this was like what 7 or 8 in the morning because you had work and Brian and I had class.
Yeah.
So
We're all tired, and he did everything we asked and more. Like, he had no preparation for this at all, basically. I don't think a single thing was really scripted. It was just like, hey, we're going to do this. Just act like this.
I think this was like entirely unscripted, like no bullet points or anything. We were just like, hey, mention the fact that
you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable, and that you feel, and make sure Alex says like, hey, we're shooting this part for Marble Hornets. You know. Yeah. It's like every time, like, whatever Brian says was just like him making up stuff, which was...
He basically nailed everything on the first take, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those cases where...
so out of the ordinary for us.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how many... I don't think we did more than, like, a couple of takes on anything, and I don't even know if we used the second or third takes. I think, like, walking up here, we might have done it just to get it to flow better. But
there was one take where like I forgot to change the exposure on the camera, so you were just like walking through this black void, and Brian was like, "So what all is this?" And you're like, "Oh, you can't really see it on the camera, but I'm gonna fix it soon."
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fix it in post.
Yeah. Should we give any background on this building, or should we just keep touching Brian's penis?
Well, I'm not sure what is actually true about this building and which part is urban legend, but I do know that part kind of to the left of you just a little while ago was just like a courtyard that just had
Trees,
a decade's
And
worth of
it's
trees
so
growing
awesome
in it.
how overgrown it is.
Yeah.
And
this was a hospital.
This building it's not as creepy to shoot in, but it feels so much creepier for some reason than the other.
Wait, are you saying it's not creepy, but it is? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, like, I don't have this impending sense of doom when we film there.
Yeah.
This
This fucking shot. We were like, what would look the most pretentious indie film made by someone who doesn't really know how to make movies?
And then Brian just
reaches
goes, yes.
again, unscripted. He just did that, and it was perfect.
Also, I've told some people this before, but if anyone wants to know what Brian is really like in real life, this shot right here, this is so incredibly Brian. Like, I wish I could express to you properly, but you just had a glimpse into the man that is Brian right there in that shot.
But no, what I mean is, like, I don't have this, like, fear of, like, getting caught or something like that here.
Yeah.
But when you look around, it all feels a little bit newer.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more open, and for some reason that gives it more of a, like,
It's not-
oh god, something terrible has happened here.
Just a little bit more backstory. This, in the abandoned areas from season 1, this building right here, this hospital, is right next to it.
Yeah.
It's not the same building, but there's like, it's right next to it.
And
It's
the
like
overseer house where we shot that little fight with Tim is between the two.
so this is like the third building of the 3.
Yeah.
This, just what Brian says here, just like ad-libbing it, just is really, really good. It sounds really real.
God, Brian, we love you.
Yeah, you're so Brian. Yeah.
Also, Brian has, like, the best yelling voice of any of us.
Yeah, really. Like
Like, when I heard that, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, he
who's
sounds
that?
like-
And Troy was like, that's Brian. I'm like,
oh.
oh my god, we need to have him yell more often.
Yeah. Joseph seems to think that the operator was here too long.
I don't know.
What
If we can call attention to it for the first time ever.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't
The really tall elephant in the room.
Do you want to talk about how we were originally going to do that shot with?
We were originally going to do it a full-on stop motion, like instead of the operator teleporting like incredibly fast like it does there, we were going to have it just slide up like on the ground. But
not like slow motion.
But the way that it works, which obviously we can't reveal, it didn't really look that good. Also, it took so long to do that once I put it in
that one take was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, the take to do that was like 20 minutes, so we could work it all up there. And
because you don't want to touch the camera.
Yeah,
because even the slightest movement.
Basically, what we did, we told Brian to get comfortable against that door and don't move.
Again, Brian knocked it out of the
Yeah,
park.
Brian
He
did
even
move.
apologized after. He's like, I think I twitched, and like after we had looked at footage, we're like,
No, you didn't move at all.
For
We did
20
s-
minutes, he stayed perfectly still.
We did snap plenty of stop motion photos in this
Oh,
building,
yeah.
but I don't know what happened to them.
They're still here.
But yeah,
Or they're still-
the thing we
I'll make
forgot
them
to
one day.
really account for though is that early morning the sun moves a lot.
Yeah, the sun moves really fast. So once we looked at the actual stop motion part, it was like,
Even if it looked good, we couldn't use
yeah,
it.
even if it looked good, we couldn't use it because the light changed so
Oh.
intensely.
Fun story. That blanket that I'm covered in, we found it on the ground in that building. And, well, first, I couldn't lay underneath it immediately because I had to shake all these shards of broken glass out of it and just like asbestos dust before I could
but-
cover myself in
But
it.
were you dragged through the asbestos dust like
Yeah.
Brian is?
He's a
Fair
champ.
enough. But I was shirtless in that last shot.
Yeah.
I just had the jacket draped over my
Oh,
shoulders
God.
like a sick little fellow.
Yeah.
Shirtless underneath a glass shardy blanket.
Shardy.
I just said the word shardy.
Man, people are going to be really confused when we introduce Alex in like season 3 or something by his shoes, and I'd have different ones because those shoes are officially dead.
They are.
Oh yeah,
Just
I
hold on to them for a little while.
I have them still, but they're all torn up. They're in rough shape.
Oh well, I don't think Alex is really identified by his shoes, is he?
Oh,
he's
he
kind
is.
of identified by
You
the fact
don't
that
know,
he
man.
like murders people.
I've kept those same crappy pair of shoes all this time,
On
so we need to make the
MarvelHornetShoes.com.
Fans of our shoes. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I wear 2 different color shoelaces. What of it?
A lot of people, when I was reading the response to this, they thought you weren't wearing shoelaces since
They
were
thought I'd
black.
like tied up someone with a shoelace at one point. I think
Yeah.
because one was black, one was white.
Yeah.
No, I'm just indie and cool. Actually, no, my other shoelace broke, and I didn't want to replace both because I hate lacing shoes. Because
Cool.
it's
an
a first
amazing
world
story.
Yeah,
first
fantastic
world
story.
problem. I don't like lacing shoes, so I'm gonna just do one.
Oh, that was such a long time ago.
That
It really
hair.
was.
Ah.
It's like 2
This
years
is like
ago.
one of the times when I put it in like, here's the video that I'm talking about when it is probably really necessary. It's like, hey, remember this thing like 2 years ago that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're almost there, guys. We're almost on the last entry.
The last 14-minute entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny story.
How many times have we fucking said that?
I don't know, but
Funny
like I
story.
said, we're funny guys. We're actually the clicking you hear is us switching to YouTube.
Yeah.
Because of some errors we had in the thing.
In
Of
the-
the
we-
thing.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't have...
Yeah.
This is
Whatever,
actually-
it's not interesting.
This
We're
is-
having to watch it on YouTube.
This is
Yeah.
actually Troy was parked on the side of the road a little bit further down in the park, and what you can't see is directly behind the camera. There's a really steep hill that goes down to like a little rodeo area, and then It was this big lot that's owned by some shop that specializes in flowers or something like that. But it was
Yeah.
just like this giant hill and stuff. And I'm just kind of scouting around in the back, looking at scouting out locations while
Looking at-
Troy's doing this.
Looking
and,
at all these piles of dirt.
and like some old lady in a golf cart drove up and she's like, "Can I help you?" And so, me and my friend are just making like a movie series for the internet. And
Fine.
I'm scouting for locations. Is it okay that I walk around here? Yeah, I guess. And then she just kind of drives away.
You
And
didn't
then
tell me about that.
yeah, this was while you were still doing that. This was
Nothing is more awkward than explaining to someone that doesn't know what you're doing.
I'm
what
from the
you-
internet.
Yeah.
Like
man, whenever I'm at work, it's like, oh, you have a YouTube series?
Yeah, I
And
never,
you
like-
always get the same look, like, oh, you make a YouTube series? I'm making a face you can't see because
He's making a condescending face.
yeah, it's like yeah, or like they're trying to get a shift picked up because it's like the only time our schedules would match, and it's like, oh, why do you need off? It's like me and my roommate are making a video for the internet.
I usually just lie about it, so I don't have to like talk.
My
about
grandmother
it
is dead again.
too much. She keeps dying.
Oh,
Stupid.
grandma. Good
Once
monologue.
once Tim came back from looking at the piles of dirt, he just started dancing in front of my
Yeah,
car.
I just started pelvic thrusting in front of the
Because
car.
Tim hates having successful takes.
Yeah.
Gotta mess it up.
Yep. Here we are 2 months earlier.
Yeah,
Shooting
You remember
wise.
when we were talking like in the 40s?
Yeah.
This was shot before then.
Back in the 1940s.
Yeah,
Yeah. This was
Yep.
shot then.
In olden times, yeah.
Yep.
Nice jacket. Whose is it?
that's my girlfriend's.
Oh yeah.
That's a
so
a lady's jacket.
So you're wearing a lady jacket.
I
Cool.
am. Because it was
Great.
supposed to be what? It was supposed to be cold during this or something.
When
It was-
Jesse was there, it was really hot, but once we did the reshoot, it was actually cold, wasn't
Yeah, it was comfortable-ish.
it? This
I wasn't
shooting
dying.
shooting this extended to like months, didn't it?
Yeah, because we shot all the stuff with Jesse in it, and then we had to load the video on YouTube.
Oh, there we go. It's
Okay.
still going.
All right,
Fun.
the wonders of doing commentary for the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we had to reshoot the very end of this entry, so we had to come back without Jessie and just like pretend that she was there. So technically, this shoot took months to do.
Yeah, I think we finished it in like I think total it was like a 2 month gap between the initial shooting and
Yeah,
when we redid it. I think this is the reshoot right here, isn't
yeah.
it?
This is the start of the reshoot.
So Jesse isn't actually behind me right now, I don't think.
yeah, movie magic.
Yeah, we just kind of edited her in.
Man, I don't know that we should be talking about like exact moments in it because we're going to be off now.
If we're off by a few seconds from what you're seeing, it's because we're watching it on YouTube and it's loading ever so slightly.
The whole reason behind that is the whole like text. No, we don't need to jump forward.
Whatever,
It's
it's fine.
The whole text of it, I guess, in our eagerness to put it on there, because we were so nervous about this entry and its
it's
reception,
fine.
because we had
Yeah.
never done anything like it before.
This-
It's like, oh my god, a gun!
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten to the gun part, there's a gun in a second.
Yeah, it was like 2 seconds.
But we had no idea how people were going to take it, and I personally was just terrified. I don't know how many times I walked into the room with Troy and was just like basically pacing, just like, oh god, they're going to hate it. They're going to hate it. Especially since I'm so insecure with my own acting, and this is kind of like asking a lot of me.
Yeah. Hey Tim, you want to talk about your entrance into here?
Well, I almost fell through the floor once because that floor was kind of rotting in the corner, and I kind of had to hide in the corner until everyone came upstairs, and then I had to sneak behind the door, and then I had to do that thing and all of that stuff, what I did.
Great,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
cool.
Um,
All right, go away now.
Getting back to the story as to why we're watching it on YouTube.
Well, I did want to say, I think one of the reasons why you might have felt a bit more comfortable with your acting that second time around might have had something to do with the fact that Jesse wasn't actually there the second time.
Yeah.
You feel fewer waves of judgment at that point, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, it was brought to our attention like probably minutes after it was loaded. Oh hey, you guys have some typos in your text.
Like not just one, but multiple typos.
I think I was at work and Troy texted me being like, "We have an emergency" or something like that. And I was like, what? And it's like, there's a typo in the video. I need you to go and edit it. Troy was not at the house, not even at like any of his computers. Where were you? I can't remember.
I was at work.
Oh, okay. And he wasn't able to do it. So I had never used our editing program at all. And he was basically on the phone, and it was like
lowest energy action movie ever. It's like, okay, what do I do now? It's like, okay, I need you to find the part of the text and change it.
I need you to make it not misspelled.
And Vegas kept crashing on us over and over, so we had to like switch it to other computers and stuff, and it all worked out in the end. But that full length clip that's actually fixed is on a different computer than the one we're watching this now.
So that's why we're having to watch it on YouTube.
YouTube. Long story.
I don't know if you would have gotten it to it by now in the actual watching of it, but in case you missed it, Jay asks what the combination for the safe should be, and Jessica suggests 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the joke.
That's the joke, and that's the first thing Jay tried.
And a couple weeks ago, Troy said to me, not a single person that I know of on the internet has mentioned that they know this. All I wanted was the humorous in hindsight TV trope. It's basically like an Xbox Live achievement by this point. So
It's hilarious in hindsight.
So for future reference, TV tropes have become Xbox Live achievements to us.
I guess so.
Or to Troy, at least.
Yeah.
We gotta collect them all. You know? Gotta get that.
Gotta catch them all. This was the very last thing that was ever shot for Marvel Hornets Season 2. Was me trying to jam a camera case that is way
I
too
hope
big.
you're at that part at least, because we just had.
Oh, yeah.
We had YouTube die on us, and we had to switch back to the half of the entry that we have.
Yeah, if you
on
haven't,
here.
if it's already happened, then
This is a shit show.
yeah, whatever,
Shambles.
whatever.
We're going so well, and then just...
Let's see. Entry 51 was 9 minutes long. We're at 8 minutes. We're probably pretty close.
Whatever.
Kirill.
There's a number with another number, and just...
Kirill, who has to like edit this together and make it look good for the DVD. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just jump right back into this. Oh,
We'll pet your head.
Kirill, we are at the point where he's in the hotel.
Yeah.
He's putting chest cam on.
So about this hotel.
So, hilarious in hindsight, early in the commentary, we're like, I'm doing a commentary about hotel carpets.
Yeah.
They changed the carpet on
I don't know
us.
if you noticed this, but if you're paying really, really, really close attention, the carpet
I'm sure
changes.
a few people are.
Maybe.
Also, the doors are
5 whole
different.
people.
Yeah.
Also, there's no longer a safe. They took the safes out.
in the amount of time that entry 27 and all those things were shot, leading up to this point, this hotel that we shot in, decided to renovate. And
New doors, new carpeting, even in the hallways. We couldn't
Yeah.
even show the hallways.
yeah,
No safes.
safes.
There was something else that was different. Oh yeah, they took away some of the bed covers and changed them, so we
Yeah.
had to like move that. Luckily, the walls stayed the same color.
Yeah, if the walls were different colors, we would have been just destroyed. I would just cry because this was the last thing you and I shot. So, so like we were just so close to being done,
It
and
was
we were just ready to go,
cathartic,
and it
too.
was
Because we've talked before, we love doing Marvel Hornets, and it's so cool going to like conventions and having people. It's like, yeah, I drove 9 hours to see you.
yeah,
But you do get a certain degree of burnout over
Yeah.
the course of a season.
yeah.
That's a really cool shot.
Movie
Where-
magic.
Where Troy just zips away.
Speaking of dedication, that's my face on the hotel carpet.
Yeah.
There's nothing there keeping me off that disgusting carpet. That is actually new, I guess, but whatever.
We were definitely feeling like we were right there.
We were right there,
At
and
the
then we
finish
get
line.
into the hotel room, and I'm like, wait a minute,
It was
this looks
so
completely
crushing.
different.
There's just a sense of dread after that. It's like we were so optimistic and just had our dreams crushed. Also, the TV channel, we couldn't get that to work anymore. They fixed their TV.
Yeah,
what jerks.
The thumpity thump TV channel was gone, but whatever. So yeah, this entry is the last entry, and I'm glad it was done. Pain in the fucking ass.
It was. But man, the reception it got made it totally worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was glad that people liked it, but I was just blown away by the positive response we got from it.
Yeah. Joseph's a little negative Nancy here. He didn't think that it was going to get a good reception with his gun acting. But
Oh my god. Like I said, whenever someone bashes my acting, I'm like,
I can't get bent out of shape because you're not being nearly as mean about it as I am. So
Oh.
yeah.
You didn't actually like this little montage here of all of Alex's bad things that he done. Why, Joseph? Why? I'm putting you on the spot.
Why you done that?
Why you been so mean?
Why I've been so mean?
Why you gotta be that
I don't know.
way?
I have a lot of pent up rage.
Yeah. It was a good summation of the amount of huge dick that Alex is.
Yeah.
That was a terrible sentence, but yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, two random people on the side of the road. Those people are not in Marble Hornets.
No.
They're not characters. They're just people walking.
They were
I think.
unpaid extras.
Yeah. So if you're watching this right now, two old ladies walking on the side of the road, sorry you didn't get paid.
Just like pretty much everyone.
Oh.
I hate everyone who's in Marble Hornets. I don't pay them anything. Just a big old,
I
old
actually,
butthead.
I actually don't work for wages. I actually work for
Bottle tree.
cleaning Troy's shoes. Like, I work for negative money. Like, I do work to be in Marble Hornets.
It's a privilege working with such fine cinematographers such
Do you
as
want
yourself.
to, do you want to say anything about this, Timmy Tims?
I got to light a cigarette and walk some. And I got to stand in front of just an antique store. Didn't talk to the people that owned it or anything. Just lit up a cigarette and started walking.
How many takes? Was it a one take
It was like
wonder?
three.
It was like
takes.
3 or 4.
You're just like, oh.
New cigarette every time. So I mean,
Also, there was a group of cops across the street at the restaurant that was across the street. So the fact that this guy walking out of the building and then suddenly a dude with a camera is following him.
more than once.
So it's like, man, that guy looks like the worst private investigator of all time.
Oh yeah, I guess it's also kind of supposed to be a cliffhanger or something. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Yeah,
I don't know how to movies.
You know,
It's,
setting up for season 3.
Yeah.
You know?
all in all, just to kind of wrap it up since we're near the end, I'm happy with how season 2 went.
Yeah,
It took a little bit of a different direction than I thought it might have initially.
but that's just how Marble Hornets work.
That's how it works.
And it's usually for the better, I think.
And
Yeah.
the overall response we got from it definitely has us excited about season 3, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I know it does.
Credit commentary.
Yeah.
Yay.
These are the fellas what done it.
Here's
This is
I'm-
where we thank everyone.
Yeah.
Because,
Thank
Got a
guys,
writing
thank
credit this time.
yeah.
thank all y'all.
Everyone moves up a notch. Tim gets some writing credit. I got
Oh.
some directing credit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think Kirill was always
we
produced.
we got bumped from produced.
Wait. Oh yeah, because
We got some more people that got special thanks. Thanks to all of them.
I did it in order of appearance, so it wouldn't be me and Joseph just again over and over again.
Yeah.
Also, I'm still first that way anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good season.
Good season.
I'm
It's a
happy.
fabulous season.
High
if
fives
I
and
may.
hugs and cuddles all around.
And now with
Victory
the completion of this commentary, we can start to work on really jumping in, writing season 3. Hopefully, stay as organized as we did the start of season 2.
I don't know. I'm pretty hungry. I want to go something to eat.
Okay.
Combos.
I'm just gonna go sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sleep for a week straight.
Let's
That's
just
how
not-
that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Let's just hibernate for a while.
Okay.
But
Hibernate
truly,
together.
Yes.
truly, 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 from the depths of our heart, thank you.
Oh, was I supposed to be in on that?
Sure. Just
One, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I still didn't do it. I'm doing breakdown.
Stop it.